Rough Lads.
Now, shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcast. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio.
They're in your face, they're a little different. I think it's super cool. I love them. Jamie, ignorant slut.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts, Morgan Hughes, John Zadar, and Greg Benson.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shit lords, and celebrity fans alike. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's already too late. You're tuned in to the latest, the lamest, and possibly last episode of ACES Radio. A podcast for Buffalo Bills fans only. Coming up tonight on the program, Crewzers FC head to Houston, Texas for a beatdown the likes of which we've never seen. The panel will discuss. ACES Radio has obtained some data on the wins and losses between 2016 and 2017. We did that by going to Wikipedia, so we'll talk about that. Man balls are given out. John, we don't want to see your penis. On segment 2, the rarest of rare treats as a celebrity guest, unlike any other, stops by the program, and we don't mean that as a compliment. Jake Norman is here, ladies and gentlemen. He has red hair. He's from Canada. Other than that, we got fucking nothing on the guy, so, yeah. On segment 3, we head live on Periscope for your hot takes, a.k.a. the battle for the grand prize. And John, sweet Jesus, first place, there's somebody by themselves in it. I don't remember who, but, like, you know, they'll probably do something this week.
Really excited for that,
Yeah,
actually, because I missed it last
everyone
week.
is got good prediction scores, prediction updates, Crewzers versus DC United, Hang on Tour, the AGS Attack War, and so much fucking more. Broadcasting live from the beautiful back room here at Zalbert Brewing Company, brought to you as always by benevolent corporate overlord sponsors Blood and Urine. My name is a continuing champion, Morgan Hughes, a.k.a. number one Hansy Boy. And I'm joined as always by the absentee amateur artist himself, Captain Jean-Luc the Wet Boy Zadard, and the Hollywood racist Greg Wesley Crusher Benson. Mapaches, fellas, lads from different dads, brothers from different mothers, and amigos de Guillermo. How the hell have you been?
It's been good. It's been a short week for me. Obviously, I didn't get back from Houston until 1:30 in the morning on Monday night and had to be up 4.5 hours later for work on Tuesday because such is the American wage structure, I can't afford not to.
You're a slave, and don't you ever forget it, Greg. John Zadar, welcome to the program, my friend. We had to start late because you weren't here on time. Your thoughts?
No, that's not why.
That's
Nice try, though.
Why did that happen? Why did you do that?
I don't remember what you said it was. Some military thing. Why are you...
Lying so
why
early.
you gotta blame the troops?
promoted.
Why do you hate the
You
troops?
could have promoted this like cool event that for veterans, and instead you were like, I'm going to try to fuck John over again.
ACES Radio seeks only to destroy, John. You know that. Welcome to both of you. It's ACES Radio. It's episode 38, and sweet Jesus, what a season, or what a week it's been in but one small part of the season, Greg. Now, John,
Yes.
Before we get started, what if I said I was
Sure.
going to go ahead and unmute Channel 2?
Oh, I would assume that we have some sort of special guest.
We do indeed, John. The unmuting of Channel 2 can mean only one thing, and that is Darby Schnarfus has joined the program.
No. I said a special guest.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
not.
you
It's
said
just-
guest.
And then
That
you said we
implies
do
that he's-
indeed.
That
but
implies
then-
that he doesn't live
But
here.
then you said it's Darby.
Alert. Darby Schnarfus has entered the game.
Darby Schnarfus, welcome to the program.
I have a drop. I have arrived. I have nothing better to do on Thursday night.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Or any other night.
Or any other night.
And I have
You're no longer a guest by the time you have your own drop.
Yeah, and I have a theory. It's that you just show up to ACES Radio and you are literally a panelist.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Greg?
It's Latin for podcast host, I believe.
Is that right?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Now, before we get started, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping, John. As you know, we do this every episode. You know, we talk about housekeeping. We're like,
This is the part where I'm usually asleep. Is that what you do?
that's every part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's usually once you're about 3 minutes into your intro.
Usually
Yeah.
you have happy sleep in segment 1. By the time 3 rolls around, it's angry sleep. You're just stabbing in the air. Holy shit. So this week, for some reason, I decided to update one of the many spreadsheets I have for ACES Radio.
Naturally.
And like at the end of season 1, I put this infographic together for Zauber to not say like thank you, but to be like, I know that this is terrible for you having us here, but at least you're getting something out of it, which is, our unique downloads, our Periscope viewers. So every time that we're at Zauber and we say Zauber Brewing Company, this many people are aware of it. So I updated the downloads this week, and I noticed a really, really weird thing. And here's the bar graph that all of you guys can see very clearly.
It's very great. I see all those points on there with text that I can totally read off your phone.
I meant to put this on the Slack channel, but I'm bad at my job. So now there are 5 uniquely low, like unlistenable, not downloaded episodes.
Those are the ones I'm not on?
One of them.
One of them.
Yeah. And I thought, hey, this is cool, man. Like, why is that? Like, why are they so outside of the ordinary? And here are the episodes. So episode 14.
These are the 5 worst.
These are nobody fucking listened to these.
Okay.
So the training video, episode 14, where you were gone.
Are these in ascending order of worstness or like?
Yeah, sure, why not? That's
before we go on, I do need to point out that all of this data was collected from a single microwave in the back room at Caster Connection.
That's exactly right. That's how we do it. Yeah.
Yep.
Where's the laugh button? Yeah, everyone loves that joke.
You did tell people not to listen to the training episode unless
they were John Zadar.
They listened to you. They
And sweet
listened to
Jesus.
the podcast and then didn't listen to it.
They listened to what I told them to not listen to very well. So that was the least downloaded episode, followed by the drunken post-game episode we did from my kitchen.
Yeah.
Like 3 people
that
above.
makes complete sense.
Yeah, like nobody listened to that. The Independence Day, live recording at Independence Day.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't on that one, so...
Yeah. The New Year's Eve episode.
Okay.
And episode 30 with Nate Beckman. And I thought... So I originally thought, hey, this is going to be a guest-related thing. Like, if the guest sucks, if no one likes the guest, they won't listen to it. And if we have, like, Chris Doran on, a lot of people will listen to it. What do you remember about episode 30, John? What happened?
Episode 30? Which
Nate
one?
Beckman was here, Katie Mitchell was here, John Clem was here.
Was that the one you forgot to record?
I forgot to record segment 3. Training video. We didn't do any hot takes. Independence Day. We didn't do any hot takes. Drunken postgame. No hot takes.
I'm
New Year's
seeing a
Eve.
pattern
No
forming
hot
here.
takes.
You glory
And episode
hound. That's
30.
the whole-
Yeah, no shit.
You're just in it to jerk it to your own fucking writing.
So he's managed to finally find a way to correlate the popularity of the show.
What I'm gathering is
with
my least
his own
favorite
Reddit
part of the
thread.
show.
That's exactly right,
is
John.
the best part.
Like you. Okay, so not only you, but specifically, so this week and the last few weeks, there's been an overabundance of threads on the subreddit known as the Massive, Greg, where all comments are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness.
I usually hang out on Houston Dynamo Reddit, though, so I didn't know about that.
Don't spoil this episode for us. We'll be talking about that later. So there's been a couple, bitch threads where people are like, what do you fucking hate most about crew fandom? And everyone's like, I hate ACES Radio. And like the inside joke, I can't stand
Are they
it.
being serious or are they being like, I hate ACES Radio?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
because you say I hate Aces Radio at least 5 times an episode.
Well, I do hate ACES Radio, but
There's one.
if I'm just a normal person, like if I hate something, I just don't do it. Like if I wouldn't listen to it.
Right.
I don't listen to this
Don't
shit.
listen, don't
Right.
watch, don't read.
So I was kind of feeling down, and I'm like, I really don't want to put something on the Massive, which I really value as a community for crew fans, that people don't like.
You're afraid we were just annoying everyone by being there?
So then I look at these metrics, and it turns out like our highest downloaded episode was not Dos Acero. It wasn't like any Doran episode. It was the episode that we gave away the grand prize last year to Bottle Surfer. And it's like way the highest episode.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, and Yvonne's cool rap.
Yeah.
Based on when we released it, it was like, so every episode that is super highly rated has a specific correlation with hot takes, and every episode no one fucking cares about, there are no hot takes.
The episode that Derek Hughes posted the hot takes thread, how did that do?
Oh, that's such a good question.
You didn't know. You didn't.
Yeah, I didn't look into that.
Yeah, you deliberately blocked that out of your mind.
Yeah, we shouldn't. We
You should check on that, though.
I would
I
look
fucking
into
hate
that.
Derek
the audience really wants to know.
No one cares.
I think you should look into that for the good of the
Everyone
listeners.
hates you.
If only you had a device right in front of you where you could see a line graph and determine when that was.
If frogs had wings, they wouldn't bump their ass when they hop, Darby. Unfortunately, we don't have time for that.
It's the oldest thing you've ever said.
Stepdad thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's from fucking Wayne's World. Suck my balls. Jesus.
Yeah, and when was that movie released?
1992? 1993?
No, I'm pretty sure number 2 was that year.
The year John was born.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Wayne's World came out either when or
89.
before I was born.
Let me Google
Anybody that
that
can't
for you.
remember the 1992 Barcelona Olympics should delete their accounts. And that is ACES Radio's formal opinion. We all
1992,
believe that.
which Olympics?
Exactly.
Okay, I stand corrected. Wayne's World did come out in 1992.
Oh, okay.
Boom roasted.
I
boom
was
roasted.
4.
Moving
Morgan
on.
remembers that because
Or
he
5,
was
depending
30
on the part
at
of
the
the
time.
I don't know how he comes back from that.
Can't believe
Because
studio audience.
of his busted hip.
Oh. I think how he gets there is on one of those like chair lifts upstairs. For
You did say hover round last week. I feel like you should run with that one. Well, Morgan can't run with that one, but
I can
feel
run
like you should
alongside
run
him
with
while
that
he
one.
goes.
I think a light jog would do.
Probably actually just a brisk walk.
Anyway, Morgan, what you got?
I remember when I thought I'd have a really cool thing to talk about in the beginning of segment 1. And it would make all of us rough lads feel better about what we do to this franchise's fandom every week. But then John's a piece of shit.
Do you want to tell everyone how old I am today? Will that make you feel better?
Oh, shit. Yeah, breaking news, everyone. John Zadar, today is a very special day in your life. What is that, my friend?
It's my 30th birthday. Yay!
And you
The
choose
audience
to
loved
spend
it.
it here with us.
No, I didn't choose to, but I skipped part of last week, so I felt obligated to come. I also went to work, so it was pretty much just a normal Thursday.
God, it's hell being an adult and having a birthday, isn't
Right?
it?
I know.
You had to switch up shifts last week, so this counts as overtime.
This means only one thing.
What's happening with my
What?
audio?
What is happening with all of our audio?
Oh, is it doing it to you?
I'm not
Yeah,
hearing
mine-
anything different.
Mine too.
It's sounding better and worse, back and forth.
Well, Aces Radio kind of does that.
That describes the entire show.
It's usually about
Look at the
I
terrible.
don't usually listen to the show.
It tends to go in and out at its own will, kind
Okay,
of like
well,
Chris Doran
it
on
seems to
Ham.
have stabilized. Good God, man.
I knew there was a Doran joke coming, so I just hit the button. Moving on blissfully to the wonderful outcome that happened in Houston.
Are we just done talking about that then?
Yeah, people like the
People
fucking
like
hot
hot
takes, so we're
takes.
going to keep doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just wanted to make sure we had
I was literally
wrapped
thinking,
it up.
I was literally thinking of killing off hot takes because I thought everybody just fucking hated it, but it turns out
It's the only thing people like.
it's the only thing. Yeah.
Morgan believes in taking good data and doing something useful with it.
Wait a minute.
Save your hot takes for the segment you're not on.
He wasn't prepared for that.
Fantastic. Moving on, we'll talk about Capos in segment 2 with Jake Norman, who's going to join us soon. We're looking forward to that, my friend. Philadelphia Flyers. They are really good. Crewzers FC headed to Houston Dynamo on Saturday, Greg.
Yes.
It was bad, and it was a bad time, and everyone should feel bad for watching it. We lose 3-1. That score is a lot closer than it actually was.
Yeah.
There was a Steve Clark moment early.
There was.
Every time we think
he is
that
gone, but his
we're
spirit
out,
remains.
They pull us back in. So Crew lose 3-1 Houston. Greg, you were there. I want to go to
Yes.
you first and get your unbelievably fiery fucking hot thoughts on the game, my friend.
Well, yeah. Stick with me on this one because if you were to look back over the Greg Berhalter era, the last 2 and a bit years, and you were to say, what do you think is the like? Let's just say you asked a panel of Crew fans, podcast hosts, broadcasters, analysts, whatever, and you were to ask them what is the area in which Columbus Crew SC are most suspect as far as where they give up goals.
I would say upping the lads.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
Your mileage may vary, but I think the 3 answers that are going to come to the top of the list are going to be defensive and goalkeeping errors,
Yep.
set pieces,
Correct.
and counterattacks.
Yep.
And Houston scored on all 3.
What other ways
There's your game.
do people score goals?
Well, no, but
The fact that he doesn't know makes him a Crew
With
fan.
attractive attacking soccer.
right.
Okay, slow build up over the course of half an hour.
But those 3
18,000 lateral passes from Will Trapp.
But those 3 situations, all 3 of which Houston managed to capitalize on, and there's your game right there. And it was, I mean, obviously from the get-go.
Well, you were there.
Yeah.
How was your experience as a lad?
It was an experience. It was different
Yeah.
than other Crew away games that I've been to.
Color shirt did you wear, Greg?
Does it even count as a Crew away game if you were not?
Well, it was a Crew away game.
It was, I guess. Yeah.
Color shirt
And I
were you
did,
wearing,
and I
Greg?
did go from Columbus. I wore an orange shirt.
Greg Benson has been
He said that he was going to do that last
I
week.
did say that last
I
week.
just thought
Like,
in
that's-
some
there's
level
nothing surprising about that.
of my
at this
blackened
point.
heart, I thought, nah, he's gonna wear Banana Kid. He'll up those lads.
No,
Nope. It turns out you're a piece of shit. And
I was
everyone hates
more in the mood for tangerines than bananas.
you. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I've said 100 times. I'll say it again. BBVA Compass Field Stadium, presented by ZZ Boots, Wildman's Leather, and Lace Value City Arena, is like maybe the best fucking time in the league. They
It's
have
a fantastic stadium.
great area that they're in. They have 1,000 bars within like a 9-iron of the stadium, and
Yep.
just like both times I've been there, I've woke up the next day and just been like, "Oh, there's no way I can fly in an airplane right now. I'll throw up. I'll throw up if I try to get out
Why
of bed."
do you think I flew back on Monday?
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I waited out almost a full 48 hours.
Well, you're a turncoat communist. I look forward to your Michigan jersey next week. John Zadar.
I do prefer Democratic Socialist.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
It's a
The
running
Wet
joke.
Boy, the absentee amateur artist, back from his resignation on segment 3 last week. You probably watched a little bit of the game.
I watched all of it.
I don't believe you, but I want to get your
I was with
thoughts
you.
on Crewzers FC versus Dynamo 1836.
I mean, it was a script we've all read before.
Yep.
You know, I don't think we looked really that dangerous at any point in time, even when we scored a goal that really probably actually shouldn't have been a goal because I'm pretty sure he was offside.
100% offside.
Yeah, he sure looked offside
But
from where I was.
I don't know. I think that this team, they haven't changed anything from last year, which is a little disappointing. I think they do look. It's going to sound ridiculous to say after this scoreline. I do think the defense does look better than it used to. I mean, but I don't know. There's not a lot to take away from that game other than I felt like Higuain was again kind of not a presence, and I'm kind of out of patience with him. And that's why I said last year that I would be completely okay moving on from him as well as as Kai. So.
I think he's a presence for sure. It's just a fucking shit one at this
When-
point.
Yeah,
whenever-
I think he's
Whenever he had the ball, he was doing enough with it that it looked like he was trying to do something. Like to the point that one of my friends that I was at the game with, who's from England, huge soccer fan, had never been to an MLS game before. Yeah, I mean he's a rough lad.
Yeah.
What can you do?
OG from the
But he.
Love lads.
I was waiting for you to get it out the way.
Wonderful.
He noticed, and like the first thing he said to me, "Hey, number 10 in black, he's all right. He's pretty good." And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's Federico Higuain." He's like, "Oh, Higuain, I recognize that name." Like he recognized him as the other one, Gonzalo.
Usually fucking people who wear number 10, right, are actually fucking good.
But he was
Seems
the only
that you
he was the
fucking
only one who
lads
registered.
are
So
confused.
I guess according to Mark from London, who now lives in Houston, he's actually okay. But I didn't.
Well, yeah,
see
I'm
anything
not. I don't
else
think
to-
anyone's saying that Higuain is suddenly not a good soccer
No.
player. I just think that he's lost a step, and I feel like he probably, the vision doesn't go away.
Well, he
for
fucks up
guys
things
like that, but
that-
he does things too slowly now.
Darby, correct me if I'm wrong here, right? So Higuain does still. Thank you very much. He still can do things legitimately well. It just seems like he's not getting he doesn't receive the ball in places that effectively allow him to use his skill set, i.e., through balls. And if he's leading a breakaway, that breakaway is going to be unsuccessful.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to hold the ball way too fucking long, as we saw with the Ethan Finley pass that
God.
almost turned into a
I wanted
Kamara
to scream
versus
at him for that.
Higuain, battle royale number 2. Darby, I go to you for your thoughts, my friend.
Yeah, I'm totally with John. He obviously still has the vision, and he wants. So, to switch sports, Mo Vaughn at the end of his career.
Oh, yeah.
right? Like swinging for the fences every time.
Anaheim Angels move on.
This is a basketball guy.
Yeah. Oh,
Absolutely,
yeah.
John. Thanks for joining us.
But yeah, it's like it's off now. You're a little older, you're a little slower, and something that would have worked 2 seasons ago now goes right to the other team because you don't, or you wait a half second too long, and the guy who's making the perfect run, you took one touch too many, and now he's offside.
That Ethan Finley situation was shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking because he had Ethan. I think was well, I would have been even more pissed. He just sprinted his ass off from one end of the field to the other.
Yeah.
Had already literally stopped running and turned to walk back for the pass, and then Higuain plays it into space.
So the thing that we
Dude,
all
you
thought,
were not like a second late. You were like multiple
Yeah,
seconds
yeah.
late.
It
we
was
all
like-
thought when
like-
Kai left that, as fans, as fanboys, it was comforting to go, well, that takes care of the locker room cancer. All the players are going to get along now, famously. And then you see something like the Finley Higuain thing happen, and you're like, oh
That's-
Christ, no.
That's not the same thing.
Well, there's a
though.
common
I mean,
denominator
it's-
there, and it's Federico Higuain.
Well, sure.
And it makes you think, if we could go back in time and keep the quote-unquote locker room cancer who we previously identified, I'm not saying Kai Kamar's fucking great, a good person or anything. Maybe, you know what I'm saying and what I'm not saying. I kind of feel like if I could go back in time, I would, 100% pull the trigger on Pipa instead of Kai.
Because Ethan Finley yelled at Pippa once in a game. You
Exactly, John.
changed your mind.
It's Crew Fan. We're supposed to overreact, dude. Fuck you.
It's okay. So
If I cut ties with every person I screamed at when I played soccer, I wouldn't have any fucking friends left.
well, you don't have any friends.
Well, that's true.
Roasted.
Boom roast.
Nope, that's not it.
Okay, so
You're uninvited for my birthday party.
okay.
Zauber Brewing, or I'm sorry, Land Grant Brewing Company, by the way. Join us there on Saturday to watch a game and
Sure,
take
why
in
not?
the lovely John Zadar and his 30th birthday banana hammock. You gonna be wearing
Is that
that?
what I'm supposed to wear?
That's what I heard.
I was going to dress in
The
a normal
temperatures are going to
person.
be right for that. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Darby Schnarf's, your last thoughts?
Yeah.
Nipples like
E-
glass.
I don't know if I can top that thought. Jesus. Ethan is fast. Ola plays on the razor edge of offside. So the arguably two of the biggest offensive threats require split-second timing. So when the guy who's pulling the strings is a half second off, we get games like this.
Yep.
I mean, you need that person who can make the pass on a dime and not think about it. And it's showing up now.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to color impressions, an ACES radio staple, much like Script Ohio, Greg, with the ANC Buckeyes.
Indeed.
And people tune in for this. The data backs it up. Your color impressions of Houston Dynamo Crewzers FC.
Before I do that, I would like to call Darby Schnarfus out.
Here we
Because
go.
I do distinctly remember, and when I say remember, I mean I actually wrote down the damn quote from last week's episode.
What did you do when I was gone?
Darby Schnarfus said, and I quote, relying on the counter is basically, let's hope the other team fucks up and takes advantage of it, end quote. That took 90 seconds. I mean,
but
not
that was-
really a counterattack,
that
but
wasn't a counter.
fucking up and taking advantage
Oh, it's
of
technically a
And-
counter.
it. Yeah, it really was.
I mean, what I said was basically, I don't think you get more than a goal out of the counter. And in that game, they only got one goal off the counter, so I totally nailed it. And I get all the blood
That
points.
third goal by Kubo was, I would call that a counterattack.
Yeah, that's
It
what that
was-
that's what
it
he's
was- that's the
referencing.
one that he's
Oh,
talking
I'm counting
about.
the first goal as well.
The bullshit.
Well, you're wrong.
No, that was
That's
that
why
was,
you're a basketball
It
guy.
was a short counterattack, but it was a counterattack.
It was a very short counterattack. It was a hell of a shot by Torres, too. To be honest, I mean, let's be fair.
Well, that's the kind of shots
Stefan's-
he should have been making all
Well,
the
yeah,
time.
exactly.
He's
That's
been-
what
he
you
was
expect from a
originally
player.
touted as this Mexican
That's-
soccer god.
Well, that's what you expect from a player with that reputation, as
Yeah.
you said. But yeah, he's got 2 goals in 2 games, so he's finally come good.
But let's
Morgan,
not, let's not talk about how wrong I was. Let's talk about your color, please.
my color impression is contrary to what you might expect. Not hashtag Forever Orange. Thought about it though.
Is that a Crayola color?
I guess only sold in Houston. My color impression is I'm going with red, Morgan. And the reason I'm doing that, I know you're a basketball guy.
Sure am.
And 24 hours after the Dynamo beat Columbus, Rockets beat Cleveland in the same city. So if you were an Ohio sports team who played in Houston last weekend, you had a bad time. So I'm going with Houston Rockets red for my
All right.
color impression.
Montfort Insurance Red from Greg, Darby Schnarfus. Your color impressions.
I'm going to go with white. This was one of the more vanilla games that the team has put together. It wasn't
Which
very
is saying a
interesting
lot.
to watch. Yeah, in this context, it's hard to say. Wow, even among the games that we've watched, this one was pretty vanilla, but it was.
Yep.
You know, you walk away from this going, there are no positives really to take from this. Garbage consolation goal. No, just blah.
Red card.
Yep.
Too.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Official sound of Crewzers FC 2016 sad trombone. John Zadar, your color impressions, my
I'm
friend.
going to go with gray, like old man Higuain's pubes.
You've seen those, have you?
Well, he's walking around his apartment or house or whatever, shirtless.
I mean, his
they kinda
shorts
come
are
up out of the
short.
shorts, and he's a hairy guy. Okay, he's Argentine.
Yeah. You're referring to that rumor that we heard that he walks around his house outside, shirtless, smoking
cigars or whatever. Yeah.
which is like just crazy enough for me to believe it.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like looking the foundation, like, I cannot believe.
Ew.
Oh, Stanklord dress.
Stanklord
2
dress.
fucking weeks in a row. Fan-fucking-tastic. Julie Stanky, everyone. Are you trying to avoid your husband? Is that what this is? Oh, it's John's birthday. You have a present for him.
Oh no. This isn't good if you brought it during the podcast.
Hey, Julie, should we open that on...
Should I wait? Or
Is it a hilarious present?
Oh, it's a real present. Okay,
Oh, it's an
good.
actual.
I'm much happier now.
It's an actual thoughtful present. That's the worst radio ever.
Everyone hates you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I miss Alex Thomas.
I'll open that on the break.
John, you know what? I'm going to switch it up with my color impression this week. I've given this a lot of thought. And
Have you?
The color
I
I'm going
refuse
with
to believe that.
is actually...
He thinks a bunch about anything.
Columbus Crew,
Oh, I'm sorry, I talked over. Do you want to do it again?
John, my color is...
Yellow Beach, Columbus Crew.
That's right, John. Yellow.
Yellow like what, Morgan?
Yellow like Columbus Crew SC, John. Fan-fucking-tastic. This is great. Everyone loves ACES Radio.
Yellow like what Jonathan Mensah didn't see.
Oh,
Boom roasted, boom roasted.
that's poor referee.
Don't worry, we'll get to the hot takes
I
soon.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just-
I think it's deserved, honestly.
he slipped. It wasn't
Maybe.
an intentional. No, watch the replay. He slipped.
He slipped.
But-
Watch the replay. I watched it live in front of my face.
Which is why the ref also
That
ref,
sort of
what the ref
tackle
did.
late in the game when you're down is going to get you a red every time.
Yeah, when you're down 3-0, there's 2 minutes to go in the game, and you go in
It wasn't
studs up.
I don't think it was an intentional
accidental
tackle, but
or not. If it even looks like there might be intent, you're going off.
well, I mean, you don't have. It doesn't have to be intentional, I suppose. But I don't know. I think it seemed pretty obvious that it was a slip.
I think it's telling that
think-
for all of the successful red card appeals that Columbus had last year, they didn't appeal this one.
Yeah, we know a bad red card as it turns out.
Well, he obviously, if it doesn't get overturned, you lose it.
Right.
So in game 2, do you want to burn a red card if you're
Don't
not
you-
really sure it's going to?
Do we get 2 a season?
I think it's
before they
3.
start getting penalized.
It's 3. It might be 2. If it's 2, then it makes even more sense. You don't want to burn one this early in the season if you aren't really confident. So
I want to burn everything, John.
I get it.
This early in the
Makes sense.
season, late in the season, doesn't matter.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be good for us. We'll see another center back.
Moving on. And that center back's going to be Josh Williams. So you sure about that,
No,
pal?
I don't think it will be. He hasn't even been
You think it's
made
gonna
the
be
bench.
Lalas?
He hasn't made the bench either
It'll be-
game. It will
it'll
not
be-
be Josh
it'll be
Williams.
Lalas.
It will be Alexei
It'll
Lalas.
be or
Lalas
Krognau.
Abubakar.
By the way, if anybody listening to this is a
Konale.
fan of The Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor Pad, or Bachelor in Paradise, I remind you as always that Nick, the most current contestant on Bachelor,
Oh, the fame whore.
is a combination of Josh Williams and William Hesmer. Like, they took those two people and spliced them together, and that's what he is. Like, he's a physical clone. Anyway, moving
Yeah, I
on.
don't-
Fuck you. Nobody has time for
I need
this.
to have Chaz hair to catch that because it went so far over my head.
Can they bring us shots back here? Because I need to be drinking.
It's Z beers, okay, not Z liquor. They don't have any of that stuff here. I already asked.
Oh, Katie Mitchell, everyone.
It must be a DC United week.
United.
Katie Mitchell,
Seaman.
welcome back to the...
Siemens.
See you.
I don't think you know how to end chants, girlfriend.
What?
Katie Mitchell, everyone, been fantastic having you. It's a shame you have to go kill yourself. That's how she leaves all the time. She goes, Hudson Holligans. Okay, so while I was busy putting together ACES radio data yesterday, John, I also put together some data based on Crewzers FC because it's getting really fucking old. This unavoidable eventuality,
Of us not winning games.
right, is getting really old, and I thought, let's take a look at the last 2 years, that being all of 2016 and, the small sample size we have of 2017, but I thought it might be relevant data because we also have a small sample size from 2016 of us with Kai Kamara, right? And I thought it might be a good exercise to kind of compare because, when things are going wrong, especially with Federico Higuain not being, worth a shit, it kind of makes you think, like I talked about earlier, maybe we got rid of the wrong fucking guy. So, in your hands, Greg and John, you're holding
Yes.
an Excel spreadsheet printout. of our overall record for the last 2 years. And that overall record, Darby, is 8, 15, and 13. 8 wins, 15 losses, and 13 ties. That is a win percentage of 0.22%. Greg, you've had a chance to look at this data. First thing that jumps out to you, what do you think? A lot of red and a lot of orange, and not many greens.
A lot of red and
no
a lot
orange.
A lot of yellow.
It's yellow on here.
You know,
Is that
it's
right?
yellow.
You'd think
beige.
you would
Like
actually
what?
know that.
Yellow beach.
Tie at
Columbus
home.
Tide. There you go. Okay, you went with tie at home. I went with Columbus Tide. Anyway, Columbus Drew. How about that?
Yellow beach.
Columbus Drew.
I have a
Would you
feeling
like
that's
to
gonna be an
pull the
inside
microphone
joke.
out of the holder so you can drop it?
I would, but I have to see him again.
Greg
tomorrow.
Benson has walked away. Wonderful.
Greg Benson will never get this profound on the podcast ever again.
Blind squirrel nut, table for two. Greg, your thoughts on the data?
He's actually a raccoon. Anywho, there's the only collection of green that I see that is, interspersed with a couple of losses is after mid-August, by which point the season is already lost.
Good point. When pretty much just
you would argue that that's when they start finally turning it on, and these are all impressive wins. You've got 2-0 at New England, 2-0 at home to San Jose, 4-1 over Orlando, 2-0 over New England again, 3-0 over Chicago. These are
all those playoff teams.
Yeah, right. I mean, you're beating the teams you should be beating, but at the same time, you could argue that they would feel the same way, that they should have beaten Columbus because Columbus is also out of the playoff mix by that point. Because they had post-Kai Kamara leaving up until that mid-August point, they won once.
Yep. And that was an almost tie as well against Real Salt Lake.
It was another one they almost blew the way they blew the lead against Montreal.
It took Ola Kamara pulling a hat trick out of his ass.
Yep.
For the first Crew hat trick in 12 years to get a 1-goal victory where you scored 4 fucking goals at home.
Yeah.
Darby Schnarvis, you have not a spreadsheet in front of you to look at.
He does now.
Yeah.
Now you do. Generally, what are your thoughts? Now, I'm not asking anybody for, the reason I bring this up is because on Big Soccer and on Reddit and on Twitter, there's a gaining momentum behind the Sack Berhalter movement, and I don't just mean the Scott Sedleys, the East Coast Ultras of the world. I'm just talking in general. I'm seeing it a lot more, so I thought it'd be good to have this conversation. Darby, what are your thoughts?
Among the wins, it looks like almost at least the majority were shutouts. And I mean, apart from the obvious fact that you can't win if you don't outscore the other
5
team.
of the 8.
Yeah,
5 of the 8 were shutouts.
So that was the 4-3 is a little bit of an aberration, but this isn't a team that's built to win by 4 goals. It's realistically a team that wins by 1 goal, 2 goals if they win. So if you give up 2 goals, you're in fucking trouble. And when you see, a lot of these are 2 goal. The other team's scoring 2, the other team's scoring 3. Actually, there's a lot of 3 goals in the losses.
You look at it,
and
no, there's not.
yeah, there's
There's not.
1 to
Most
3,
of these,
2
most
to
of the
3,
losses,
0 to 3.
most of the losses, with the exception of like 3, are 1-goal losses.
You're
No, I'm
right.
not saying
There are a
they're
lot
not
of threes.
3-goal losses. The other team is scoring. 3.
I see.
And that's a recipe for disaster. If you give up 3 goals in a game,
Well, when you're
You're
talking
hosed most of the time.
when you're talking about like overall versus pre-Kai and post-Kai, right? I'm sorry, with Kai
Okay.
and post-Kai, the number that jumps out the most to me is the plus-minus goal differential post-Kai, and that is 0.3. Kai Kamara brings 0.37 goal differential, right? So like if he's not there, we give up 0.37 more goals. But it's not in the goals for category. It's in the goals against category. With Kai, team averages 1.44 goals against us. Without him, it jumps up to 1.81.
Yeah.
Right? So, and that's where that huge difference comes from. So I know we've all talked about this before, but Kai Kamara made a huge difference, not just from an offensive philosophy because we banged up the sidelines and crossed balls into him and he's a freak of nature athletically, but he was also our best set-piece defender. And as we've seen in the last year plus now, we are fucking garbage trash water on defending set pieces. John Zara, you're looking at a rainbow of futility right now. Your thoughts, my friend?
I mean, you just said what I was going to say in that I said it last year when Kai was leaving, that the thing we were going to miss most of him was his defensive hustle. I mean, whether it was a free kick or a corner kick, or even just occasionally him just busting his ass and getting back, he did a fabulous job in our own box of clearing balls out. I don't know what the statistics are, but I wouldn't be shocked if over the course of 2015 he was either, he was in the top 3, if not first place, of clearing aerial challenges out of our own box. That would not shock me.
Off of set pieces?
Yeah, that would not shock me.
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me at all.
Well, and I mean, I agree with that. There's a factor, but let's also not assume that correlation is causation. That another factor could be.
I'm going to assume that 100%.
Okay, that's fair. We got rid of our best attacking player, so as a team, you have to compensate then and push more guys forward, leaving you more vulnerable on defense. And we did see that they had to push a lot more up to try and make up for that loss.
Devil's advocate could also say that we would be up less, so the other team would not have the ball as much trying to get back into a game, and therefore would have less chances around the net. So boom roasted, go delete your account, and I'll wait for your
I really
response.
don't think our offensive tactics or strategy really changed any at all post Kai,
which is an issue.
I don't think. Well, we
crosses
weren't
didn't
scoring as
change.
many
We know
goals.
that.
Yeah, but I mean, Ola scored more goals than Kai did last season, so I don't really think that is necessarily. I mean, I see what you're saying, but I don't think that that's really the case.
Yet the team averaged almost a half a goal less, even though Ola scored more than Kai did in 2016.
Right. It was a chance generation and chance finishing thing, and who knows if Kai would have been better at that or not. There's no way to say. He went to a very talented, New England offense and
Didn't accomplish
and
much.
failed to score very much there. So form is what it is. I would say that New England offense is no less talented than our own. But we also lost Gaston Sorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was our height. He was our strength.
He was the wind beneath our wings.
Yeah, he's all those things and
Did you
more.
ever know that he's my hero?
He's no Tyson Wall, but he was pretty good.
Yeah. So I think that needs to be taken into consideration.
Oh, sorry,
as well.
that automatically plays when you mention it. The interesting part of this, and then we can move on, is so overall, over the all of 2016, the first 2 games of 2017, Columbus Crew SC are averaging 0.22 points per game. Right? I'm sorry, the win percentage, rather, is 0.22. With Kai Kamara, win percentage, 0.22. Without him,
Right.
0.22.
Exactly the same.
A lot of poop. A lot of number 2, Darby. Unbelievable. So that's ruminate on that.
Dom Taberry thinks he was the difference maker, and the insider knows.
I meant to put this on the Slack channel. I'll just
Are you
ask
saying Dom Taberry thought that Kai Kamara was the difference maker, or
Yeah.
that Dom
Oh,
Taberry thought that
he-
Dom Taberry was the difference maker?
A little of both.
Yeah.
He basically believes that Kai Kamara
I
was
think
the
Dom Taberry
stupidest
is the
move
number 2.
we ever made, and that getting rid of the 4 Columbus kits was the second stupidest move we ever made.
John, I meant to put this on the Slack channel. I'll just ask you now. When is the next time you're not going to be here for an episode? Because we're going to have Dom Taberry on. After his roasting of the piss kits today, it's happening. He's been asking to come on, and we're going to fucking let him.
Now,
I don't know what you're talking
now,
about.
to
'cause
be
I don't
fair-
follow him on Twitter, but
If I remember
I don't
correctly,
either.
if I remember correctly, the first 2 games of last season were both played in the 4 Columbus kits, because it was the away game at
At
Portland,
Portland.
Well, one was away
and
and
then
one
the
was
home
home. I
opener
don't know.
against Philly, and I know they debuted them that night too. They lost both of those games. They're already a point better than they were last year with no 4 Columbus kit.
okay.
Silver
If you're
linings.
trying-
That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. Let me pull my tongue out of my cheek, or have somebody to run me down to the ER so they can do it for me.
Do you need to go to the hospital?
Yeah, probably.
We can do it here.
I don't even. Why is
Jake
that
works with
appropriate?
needles. He
This
can
is
maybe-
America. We don't give health care to
Yeah, you're
anyone,
right.
let alone foreigners.
Dirty
Okay,
immigrant.
in that case, run me to the airport. I'm going to Sydney to get health care down there. It's probably going to be cheaper with the airfare included. I'll just get it and come back. See you in a week.
I'm beginning to come around to I'm annoyed with Berhalter.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. I would not want to see him fired until at least midway through the season, because I think we've invested a lot of money in people that he specifically has gone out and selected.
Yeah.
And I want to give those guys their chance to do what he thinks they can do.
I don't want
Because
to.
if he goes, who else goes with him?
Right, exactly. But I mean, we're obviously going to keep people like Finley and Merrim and Trapp, but
we have to.
Mensa
now.
White Waylon Francis, whose name I still can't remember.
Yuka
Raitala.
Racist.
Like,
Nazi.
I don't know. I think those guys deserve the chance.
It is worth mentioning also that I also don't want to see Greg Berhalter fired, and I probably never will. And I think that is because he's like a friend. Like, we know him, and we see him at every Noron tour. Like, we will just randomly see him walking down the street before the game, and he'll be like, "Get over here and take a picture with us." And we're probably compromised from a celebrity fan perspective.
I mean, yeah.
He comes to our goddamn supporter summit
at work that I'd like to see get fired, though. You can be my friend and still do a bad job at your job.
Now, maybe I'm just talking about being like outraged on the internet over it.
Oh, yeah. Another thing I think that I never see this when people say sack Berhalter or whatever it is they're saying. I never see anyone say sack Berhalter and hire this person. I literally never see anyone suggest who they would like to hire instead, and I would love to hear it because I honestly don't think there's a whole lot of
What is complaining about a problem if we have to provide a solution?
Well, I'm just sick of fucking Crew fans, I guess. So I'll
You and me both.
Taking my leave of this podcast.
Fantastic. Moving on to man balls. I remind you as always that it's a kind of a combination of man of the match and game balls, Greg, which as a term is too long as opposed to this explanation, which like John's genitals is perfectly formed. I go to you first, Greg.
Yes.
Your man balls of the week, my friend.
My man balls, first of all, first one goes to Ola Kamara because he was the best Crew player on the field who didn't get sent off.
All right. Ola Kamara.
I thought Mensah played a pretty solid game right up until the red card, so he would have got it, but he doesn't. Second one goes to nobody from Sydney FC because A-League's off for 2 weeks. So,
Bobo.
Yeah, Bobo, no. Instead of Bobo, I'm giving it to Cubo Torres, because he had a hell of a game, and that was a pretty sweet shot, to be fair.
All right. To Cubo Torres of Houston Dynamo FC. Diamonds. Russian diamonds.
Yes. There you go.
Darby Schnarfus, your 2 man balls of the week, my friend.
My 2 man balls go to Justin Merrim and Will Trapp for pissing off people on the internet for getting a raise during a period of time where the team is not performing well. And
fucking man.
Whether it's past performance, whether it's to keep them moving forward, they made so many people mad just for getting paid for doing their job.
Yeah.
So many people. And
isn't that what capitalists will argue? You're worth what someone will pay you?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
which is an absurd fucking answer to a question, but it's literally the world we live in.
It's an argument that is used, so why not use it against them?
Yeah, all of that expiring Garber bucks that we had that was going to disappear if we didn't do something with it. We paid our people, and they got mad about it. Like, do you just want to flush that money down the toilet? Is that how that works?
No, people get angry at others being successful at stuff, and you don't even have to know them. If you just watch them on TV, you can be pissed about it. People make the same argument about
the same people
about The Bachelor
would be the same people would be valid. Fucking psyched had we been winning and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Oh, totally. It's well deserved.
Yeah. Rather than Merrim might have almost needed the immigration lawyers, so he needed the money.
Well, to be fair, they did make that's very funny.
Yeah. Topical.
Also kind of probably serious.
We used Tam on it.
I wish I was kidding.
And because of that, they made more than they probably would have made if this was just money from ACES and Robert Kraft's pockets.
Free money. Literally free money.
Right.
That didn't come out of anybody's pocket.
And if anybody's
going to go away.
If anybody's going to get it, you got a dude like Will Trapp, who's from Columbus, who loves the city, and a dude like Justin Merrim, who's our longest tenured player, who could have gone overseas but chose to stay here. So fucking good on both of them.
Yeah.
Right, like who else? Yeah, who's more deserving than those 2 people? Honestly?
Not to mention Trapp's the captain now.
They want a sexy new signing, basically.
Well, it's not the fucking signing season.
Right.
That's what they call it. They call it the signing season. John Zadar, I go to you for your man balls of the week, my friend.
I don't know. Darby for filling in for me last week, and the Stank Lorders for bringing me a birthday present. There you go.
Not
Those are
to
the best
Pam,
man
who
balls.
you didn't inform your birthday party, so
I
she's
did.
not
I
coming.
invited her on Facebook. It's not my fault. She doesn't check it very often. Also told you, and you did not tell her.
Also,
She's a
you
dumb
said,
bitch, agreed.
you said it was a pizza party and she got triggered.
Good joke. There it is. Wonderful.
Only Alex Stanek gets pizza parties.
But not with the person that originally was promised.
Can you imagine the erection that went away when he figured out it was going to be Steve Clark instead? Or was it Ethan
You mean
Finley?
Ethan Finley instead?
Nah.
Yeah.
You know, that
Double
was
boners.
almost a really good joke, Morgan.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
almost.
One boner came and one went. You know,
food's-
Alex lost his, Todd got one.
food's
You know,
for closing.
it all works out. Equilibrium is what that's called, John. My first...
Talk about what I just pictured in my head.
Oh, God, I just pictured it too.
It's a downtown bar. I invite you there after hours. Welcome back to Equilibrium. My first man ball of the week goes to Karen Cronale, the mother of Alex
Gangster
Crognale.
Crew, baby. Oh,
Yeah, who retweeted a picture that Darren, a.k.a. Setting the Table, tweeted of
I
Brock
saw that.
Lesnar.
Yes, yeah. that was
It was
good.
like 2 days ago, and then...
Who is the mother of Gangster Crew?
I have no
baby?
idea.
Do we know?
No. I'm assuming...
what the is it like his nephew? Do you even know
that's
that?
what I'm thinking it is.
Yeah, or his cousin maybe?
Yeah. Like, I think Gangster Crew Baby is just like the child of Crew fandom at this point. So, like, maybe...
What if he's not even related to them? That kid just walked into that photo.
And just was like, hey, this is
Hey.
a good photo, see?
Yeah, and then afterwards just left.
Dude, honestly,
Why does he
honestly,
talk
though,
like Bugsy Malone?
because he
He's a
fucking
Gangster
looks like
Crew,
it.
baby.
Oh, gangster.
Yeah.
That gangster. I don't know. I pictured something different.
Not
Even though you
like-
don't understand the joke, Greg.
Not modern gangster.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I got...
Old school gangster.
I was confusing gangster with gangsta.
We get it. You're racist. That's fine. Let's
Yeah.
move on.
Only against white people.
Even though you don't get it, Greg, Gangster Crew Baby got nothing but love for you, see? So yeah, no, honestly, like people, like if you tweet out a picture of your son signing his first professional contract, and then like fans of that team take the face of one of your children, of like one of the babies in your family, and start putting it with Brock Lesnar all over the country, you could handle that very poorly, and you probably wouldn't be wrong. The Cronale family laughs about it.
They have embraced gangster.
Took
Crew,
it
I
like
see.
champs.
Yeah, so like you know what?
A lot of
dude?
people are saying they're prouder of Gangster Crew Baby than they are of their professional soccer playing
A
son.
lot of people have said that, and it's like I believe it, and that's a good choice. He's got nothing but love for you, John.
Yeah, of course.
Fan
Who's your
fucking
second
tastic.
man ball going to?
My second man ball. You know what? I'm going to switch it up this week. Thanks for asking, by the way, John. This is great.
Thanks, John.
Second man ball goes to Andres Mendoza of Columbus Crewzers FC for being possibly the greatest player in franchise history, and that's it. That's segment one.
Fantastic.
Back to you, John.
This is fun.
Yeah, you having a good time?
John's awake.
I'm awake
amazing.
because we started late, so I took a nap between work and this. Did you? Yeah, I told you I was tired.
Waiting for the veteran thing to happen. Yeah.
I told you I was tired.
Well, if you've enjoyed John's misery in segment one, I got some great news for you. He's 30 now, so the rest of his life is going to be exactly like that. Coming
Welcome to
up
the club, John.
On segment two,
None of
we
you are in the
have
30-year-old section anymore. Come on, let's be real.
I'm still in the 30s currently.
Jake Norman's coming up.
130s?
And all the channels muted but my own. Darby, I'm still in my 30s. Great, the fucking outro music is playing. What's wrong with you? And you're listening to ACES Radio.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show. Though we paving the road that's opposed to the dodo. Going over your head like a top hat. Stop that. I know you hear me spitting these hot raps. Now watch that beat, cause it's about to drop. The Rockets is the 09 jump off. Yeah, yo. Last name Pan, first name Peter. I know you see me playing and you want me to teach you, but I say elevated so that all God's creatures can hear me shout it out like my name is Aretha. Getting RESPECT. Fly by, see the looks on your faces. Cause I'm in full EFFECT. Jet setting on a daily basis. David F. Man, you don't stop. David, you won't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah, I'm an ace pilot. Yeah, I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach, and to my first class folks, we'll show you how to scrape the sky. As the curvature of the earth takes shape, fly fast forward like a videotape and no cape. Just follow my jet stream, proud in the clouds on the boom in your precinct. I'll have no trampoline, black box in the pocket of my jet jeans. Shine with the stars so bright, even NYC sees me. Get that?
Yeah, GCG bags, tea bags, douche bags alike. If you're upping the douches with us, you've made a terrible mistake, and you're listening.
Douches go any other direction than up? Suppose once they go up, they have to come down.
God, that's such a good point. My mind is blown, John, and I'm happy to be back here on ACES Radio, Segment 2, Episode 38, brought to you as always by Blood and Urine and Zauber Brewing Company. We're happy to have you.
I'll tell you what, Morgan, if your mind can be blown by a douche, that tells you where your mind is.
Or how empty it is.
Ooh.
I mean, why not both?
Why can't we have both?
Fan-fucking-tastic. Welcome back to the program, Greg. Great to have you.
Good to be here.
Also, welcome to the program, Alex Thomas. Thank you for stopping by. Always a joy to have you. Looking forward to the weather report coming up on Segment 3. Everyone's going to need to know what it's going to be like in Virginia this weekend. And Yvonne Seagull. Fun to have you here.
They
always,
both
my
are just
friend.
like, what the fuck are those idiots doing?
Julie and Yvonne are standing at a table, and they're like,
We did the seagull noises. We did the seagull noises off the air, and immediately Yvonne looked up like, I hear the song of my people.
She perked up.
where is it? There it is. I knew the studio audience thought that was a good joke because it was great.
It just took them a
Fantastic.
while to... That's a thinker. They'll get it in the car on the way
Yeah,
home.
absolutely. Hey, speaking of celebrity fans, I want to give a quick shout-out to Frankie Hayduck, who was standing aimlessly in the middle of the parking lot
He
when we pulled up
absolutely
today.
was when we rolled up this afternoon.
Here at Zauber?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Greg and
just
I
just
pulled
hanging
up.
out in the parking lot.
Alone?
Wasn't even... Yeah, by himself.
Do you have a drink?
Nope.
Nope. Greg and I pulled up and we're like, what up, Frank? And he's like, just coming and hang out with you guys.
He's not here, though.
And he never was.
Gonna hit it up.
Never
Is that what he
came
said? Hit it
inside.
up or
He
hit
never
it down?
came in. He
Hit it
just
out.
left.
Okay.
Like he started walking towards the bar, we went to park, and he left.
And he was never seen again.
Frankie fucking Hayduck, everyone. John, what if I told you I was going to go ahead and unmute Channel 2?
I'd say it's probably good because he's talking and then I can't hear what he's saying.
Absolutely. Jake. One welcome celebrity fan, Jake Norman, to the program. Jake Norman.
You can't wave. They can't see you. You have to speak.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah,
any of this
there you
works.
go.
Do you notice the absence of a camera?
Now, I'll remind you as you look
Or
for
a microwave.
camera.
We don't have one of those either.
There you go.
All right, man.
There it is.
That's beautiful.
I was just going to say Channel 2 is a whore, and you need to speak directly into the microphone.
All right.
Now, before we get started, Jake, I want to tell everybody listening to this that there's a reason to not trust Jake, and it is that he has two first names.
I actually have 3.
What is your middle name?
Alan.
Unbelievable.
Jacob
Unbelievable.
Allen Norman.
Do not
It's
trust
3
this
first
man.
names.
I always say...
Is that a Canadian thing?
I think it's just like my
It's just
parents.
your parents.
Yeah,
I always say
mean,
it's okay to trust people with 2 last names. Morgan Hughes, Darby Schnarfus.
Morgan is not a last name.
Okay, John.
It's a girl's name.
It's absolutely
It's a girl's last
But
name.
it's no. I don't think anyone's called Morgan as their last name.
What I
Are you
want to know.
serious? There are thousands of
Yeah.
lads named Morgan as last name. How dare you, John? Moving
Name
on.
some.
Nope.
Alex Morgan.
Don't do it for
Alex
him.
Morgan?
That's all chick.
But
Tara
she
He
is a
said
girl,
lads. Thousands of lads.
Yeah, lads. Yeah.
That's the joke.
Not ladettes.
Huh?
That's the joke.
Captain Morgan? That's right.
That's not. These are
'Cause he's
fictional
real.
people.
You can't prove that. That's why my AOL name was Com Morgan, because Captain Morgan was taken.
Come, Morgan.
Come, Morgan.
C-O-M-M.
Why wasn't it Shaven Oregon?
That's funny, John. I'm sure there'll be hot
Jake-
takes in reference to that.
Jake, I will say one thing. I know it's not a Canadian tradition to have 3 first names. It is, as far as I understand, a Canadian tradition that your middle initial is A.
Yeah.
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 Nope, turns out they hate you.
Somewhere Nate Beckman's laughing.
Moving on, Jake Norman, welcome to the program. We want to thank you for stopping by and joining us tonight. We start you out with the same question we start all of our celebrity guests out with, and that is, how would Crew fans know you?
Oh man, I don't even think half of them do really.
It's the first time somebody's answered that honestly.
No, I don't know. That guy who's just always around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, is that you?
Yeah.
That works? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm places. I'm like Frankie.
I thought that was
if
Alex
you-
Thomas.
if you've
It turns out it's
seen-
you.
I'm like Frankie in the parking lot. Like he's always places. I see him all the time,
Right.
but then like he's gone. Like
That's fair. I feel like that's a very accurate assessment of you.
I just kind of
You're
hang
just-
out
you're
with
there.
everybody.
Where would people find you hanging out? Hen Dogs Pub.
Like, Hen Dogs often.
Oh, is that
Often,
right? You go to
yeah.
Hen Dogs? Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic.
I do. It's cheap, and I
They prefer the term affordable.
It's affordable, and I'm on a very affordable kind of budget.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I understand that congratulations are in order for you, my friend. Is that true? Did I hear right that you got engaged recently?
I did, yeah. It's actually been a little over a month, but we kind of, at the home opener, my girlfriend got a little not sober and posted it to Facebook, and that's how
everybody found
that's
out.
how everybody found out, yeah.
How did you get engaged? If it was not at the home opener.
That's where I
Any
thought it was. 'Cause
romantic-
That's how I found out.
And that's how it seemed.
Is there any crew-related story behind it?
Not as far as, not really. I mean,
Like Jordan Kenny, you did not get engaged to Hen Dogs.
I didn't. Actually, she asked me.
Nice.
It's very progressive
Yes.
of you.
Yeah, we just said, fuck the rules, we're just going to do what we want.
My mom proposed to my dad.
Did she get down on her knee?
They got divorced.
And I pushed her down on her.
You shoved her down.
I shoved her down and said,
Bitch, do this right.
ask me now.
All the men in the room think that's hilarious.
The women aren't paying attention.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, so crew fans would know you as the bearded, red-headed
Yeah, I'm the
Canadian
guy
man
with-
from
I'm-
Hen Dogs. You were also a tattoo artist for some time. Very
Yeah.
talented one. Maybe people have seen your
appreciate it.
tattoos in the wild.
Yeah, I've tattooed a few people in crew fandom. Jesus
Are you still
Christ.
actively doing that?
At the moment, no.
No. Okay.
I tattooed Katie Mitchell, not the fake one, the real one.
Excuse me.
Katie Mitchell, everyone.
Yeah,
I've
I've
put
tattooed
this one on my butt now.
Okay, how'd that turn
a
out?
couple ass tats, you know.
Not well.
No?
No.
Were you drinking a lot of strawberry stuff during it?
During, before, and after.
I don't think you remember what you asked
was,
for.
I don't think I do.
Yeah,
either.
they did a little.
It doesn't look like a zero bottle to me.
We
Katie
did a
Mitchell,
little
everyone.
portrait of crew cat on your ass. Is that what that
Yeah. You mean SC?
is? SC, yeah,
Oh.
because
Fantastic. So, Jake, where are you from originally? What accent am I hearing?
this is not. This
Are you
is
hearing an accent?
Yeah?
I don't feel like I do.
This
hear
is,
vowels.
If I do have an accent, this is not the accent I was born with. I was born in Montreal.
Are you a French speaker?
It's my first language. Yeah.
Okay, bueno.
Drop something on us right now.
Like,
Say, I don't know. Say something. What's
like
the
where
other
I'm
say?
from
Say
is.
Andres Mendoza is the greatest player in franchise history.
Don't say that.
I'm not gonna
Don't
say that.
Say this
You
is
can-
Jake Norman.
Yeah,
You're
don't.
listening to Aces Radio, but in French. I know most of those words aren't French.
All right, then everybody
but-
has to shut up so I can turn it into a drop. In 3, 2, 1.
What am I
You're not
saying
doing
again?
it.
Say it one more time.
Jesus Christ.
Say it one more time.
Just
This is Jake Norman, and you're
Bonjour.
listening to Aces Radio. Wait a minute, there's a thing being rolled through here.
So, like,
You're listening to Zalbert Brewing Company background noise.
I feel like some quieter casters are needed for that.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1.
bonjour, Jake Norman.
You forgot.
You're listening.
Yeah.
Right? Dude, I don't know.
Yes,
I-
you're
I
listening to
you said
Aces
it was
Radio.
your first language.
It was. At one point in time. No, okay.
No, I'll take that first part, and then we'll
Yeah,
edit
you
it
didn't
in.
let me my story.
Well, apparently you do forget your
All right,
first.
finish your story.
Bonjour,
I only-
Jake Norman, E.
Rough lads.
That's what it's going to turn out to be.
You are a founding member of the Rough Lads.
I am
That's
roughly
right.
enough.
Les lads de rough.
So you were born in Montreal,
Born in Montreal.
as they say in Canada, Montreal.
Yeah, Montreal. As you would say, if you're like from Toronto, you say that. If you're from Montreal, you just say Montreal.
Montreal? They don't even
Montreal?
say the T?
The T is kind of silent.
Does French have a T sound?
The difference, and as a person from Montreal, like Montreal French speaking people are ignorant as fuck.
Is that right?
Yeah, like they're French. They will argue with you till they're blue in the face that their French is not the same. Like French,
Not the same as French. France French?
French is different. It's all about being your own.
Is it the same as like my dad grew up in Puerto Rico and he thinks he speaks Spanish, but he just
Exactly.
speaks like some sort of like combination of
Yeah,
like
and
he
that's
puts L
Spanglish.
before like
And-
actual English words?
Yeah, and I'll attest that that's kind of how I am with French.
Mm.
Like I only spoke it till I was like 4,
Yeah.
and then we moved to Toronto.
Okay.
I lived in Toronto for a little bit.
Montreal is my favorite city in North America.
It is also my favorite city.
It's literally the best.
I go back.
It is pretty
regularly.
great.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, born in Eastern Central. Is that how you'd say it? Central Eastern.
You tell us.
Where was it?
Montreal. Rosemont, it's called, or Le Petit Paris.
Eastern Central.
Small Paris.
Yeah.
See, John, I speak French now.
Fantastic.
Just decided that. Wonderful. So, what brought you to America?
I didn't
Freedom.
really have a choice. Yeah, freedom. Bald eagles.
He said
Yep.
he didn't want health care.
Fireworks,
Free healthcare
Didn't
is for
want
pussies.
sickness. I had chicken pox, and I wasn't interested in getting rid of it.
Exactly. Smallpox, Eagles milk.
Yeah.
Eagles milk.
Yeah.
You can't get that in Montreal.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
That's an American thing.
Have you had it?
Eagles milk? Yeah, dude.
I've never even had it.
You can, but it
Yeah.
comes in bags. It's really
Yeah,
expensive.
it's bags.
it sounds delicious.
I was there for the Eastern Conference semis 2 years ago, and people were like, "Are you from America? Did you bring any Eagles milk?" I said, "Yes, of course I did."
We keep it on us
It'll be
at all
$16.
times.
I have a lot of fees to pay to the crew front office.
It's got an entire dairy fridge. It's right next to the duck butter.
That's right. So you moved from Toronto to
a little town called Clyde, which is close to like Sandusky, Ohio, up on the lake.
know exactly where it is.
Of course, yeah.
This guy knows.
Yep.
Close to Port Clinton, where he
Ugh.
was at one time. Yeah, it's a shithole.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that's a breadbasket of depression. Is that right?
It's a fair assumption.
No, it's just a basket. They ate all the bread and they have no more.
Let's keep it this like
It's a place in Ohio and it doesn't start with a C. You know it sucks.
exactly. And the
Actually,
water,
Clyde does start with
No, that's
C.
true. It does.
That sucks.
He said Port Clinton, and I was thinking Port Clinton.
Well, that's got a C in it too.
but it doesn't start with a C.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
Everyone hates that, John.
God
That's
damn
very
it.
funny. We'll turn that into drop. 3, 2,
The clap
1.
noise.
Yeah,
Clap.
nah,
Do that.
You don't need to do that. All right. So you moved to Clyde,
I moved to Clyde.
and you says to yourself, listen, this town is not rough enough for me.
That's pretty much right. Yeah, like I lived. I went to school, high school there, what have you, and
Did you graduate?
I did.
Pussy.
I graduated high school and college, actually.
Damn. That's some commitment.
Yeah, and my girlfriend, actually, the reason I moved to Columbus solely, my girlfriend got a job, and I was like, well, ain't shit going on here, so
Yeah.
let's go down there. And thank you.
There it is.
And I mean, and this is probably cliche, but when my girlfriend was like, I got a job in Columbus, I was like, sweet, I can go to crew games more often now.
Really? And
That's
wait-
literally like the first
So
thing
you were
that I thought
following
of.
them before you moved.
Yeah,
there.
the first
Okay.
game I ever went to was in 2000, home opener of 2004. But it
Oh,
wasn't like a
long
consistent
time
thing.
now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay.
It wasn't consistent though.
And what year did you move here?
To Columbus?
Yeah.
Would it technically 2014 on my birthday? But
Okay.
like basically 2015.
That's when everybody moves on their birthday. That's how you have to do it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
actually
like-
packing up right after this show and
Yeah.
getting the fuck out of here.
Go to Buffalo, New York. Bill's
yeah,
Mafia.
Bill's Mafia till I die, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you'd go to Kansas City myself. But
Well,
Nah.
you know, blue. They're both blue.
He's more of a Billsman guy.
Bills, man.
Hillsman.
I've been
Yeah.
feeling like lighting myself on fire lately.
Jumping off of an RV onto a table.
It's the only way you're going to stay warm right now.
So, season opener 2004, the year of our Lord, Larry Bird. You go to your first
that-
crew game. What got you into the crew in the first place? Just lad shit?
Yeah. No. Basically, it was just like it was the only pro soccer team around.
So you're
Like,
always a soccer guy?
Yeah. It
What
was
about
always-
hockey? You're from Canada.
Yeah, I grew up like hockey into this day. Sorry, soccer, but hockey's my.
How'd you end up with that Flyers hat on your head?
I had to secede from my family. Greg can attest to the shittiness that is being a Toronto Maple Leafs fan,
Yeah.
I can.
and how
That's what all your
fucking
family
miserable-
likes?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
It's a sad
saddening.
reality that
And
we live.
When I was younger, I was like, orange is cool.
Dude,
That's exactly how
fucking
kids
kid
work.
logic is the best. I fucking love it.
Yes.
And then from then on, I just, I was like, I'm a Flyers fan because they're orange. And then as I got older, I started following them a little bit more
Nice.
consistently.
My brother was a Phoenix Suns fan when we were kids, and that was kind of his logic too. He's like, the uniforms are sweet, like
Exactly, like,
golden
whoever has the
or
coolest
orange basketball.
uniforms.
Charles Barkley. So you moved to Ohio, were you when you got into the crew? Were you already in Clyde?
Yeah.
Was it just like this is the Ohio soccer team?
Yeah,
FC
and-
Cincinnati weren't upping lads or winning stands yet,
they
and you said
were-
I have no option.
They weren't, offering their student discount on discount ticket kind of thing going on.
And 04, a Supporter Shield winning years.
Yeah, it was a good year.
Zach
I guess.
Andrulis, Coach of the Year. This is a good year.
Good shit.
Yeah.
No, it was just like that was the closest pro team you go to. So like my dad and I, we'd drive down to games and, because there was,
How far is that drive? What is it, like hour and 45 minutes?
Yeah, it's a couple of hours actually,
Yeah,
isn't it, from Clyde?
About 2.5, 3,
Yeah.
depending on traffic.
Because there's no good goddamn way to get there.
Because it's
No.
not on a main freeway.
No,
so-
you
Virtually
kinda have
nowhere
to-
in northern Ohio that isn't Cleveland is difficult.
Well, you're
to
on
get
23
to
for a minute, right? Like, you can experience the 65 mile per hour zone for like an entire exit, and then
Yeah.
you have to get off, and you're on that goddamn road with stop signs.
every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
stop signs and stop lights, and it's 65, then it's 45,
Yep.
then it's 55, then it's 50, then it's 40, and
you
there's a
think-
cop at every single sign.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you think this is a destination, right? It's a roller coaster capital of the world. There has to be a better way to get there from Columbus, and there's not.
No,
Jake.
you really
I blame
can't.
you for that. And I remind you as always to talk in the microphone.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you start going to crew games, and it's kind of led to. Was your girlfriend a crew fan? You're now fiancé?
Not necessarily. She
Did you guys meet in high school?
No, actually, we'd only been dating about a year before we moved down here.
Jesus, that's an investment.
Right?
For a year?
I said, yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
May as well.
I met
But
her.
when you're in Clyde,
Yeah, like trust me, like it is the no offense to anybody
The
listening,
breadbasket of
but
depression.
It's a breadbasket of depression, honky ass, like drive your tractor to school day, like
Greg
cut off,
hates these people
cut
already.
off flannels, like it is like
oh, you're Morgan from that boat picture.
yeah,
That's right. Hey, houseboats are real shit, John. How dare you?
It's the whitest place you'll ever go.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So you've been around a while now, and the next thing we want to talk about, as you can see, number 4 on the board right now says capos, 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 capos. Now,
It's actually 5 of them there, Morgan.
how many did I say,
You did
John?
4.
You did 4.
All right, we'll edit this
Slack.
out
Do
in
another one.
3, 2.
Clap.
Thank you, Greg.
Oh, we
capos,
just don't do
capos,
the
capos,
one?
capos, capos. That was 5. I did 5 the first
No, you
fuck
did
time. You
4
know what?
the
I'm
first
not editing any of this out.
You never do.
Yeah, dude, does anyone on at least a since I moved here, does anyone on a Columbus Crew podcast really edit anything out? Because when
No.
I used to go see you guys at Massive Report,
Yeah.
we'll edit that in post production.
I don't know how
that's
Symphonic
not a
comes
thing.
back from this.
No.
What a true roasting it's been. He deserves.
And I mean that not in a roasty way, but it
No, I agree.
We
no
kid-
one ever does it.
Yeah,
we
it's-
kid the ones we love. You're allowed
Yeah,
to
yeah.
roast Massive Report. It's a trash
Yes.
podcast. No one listens to it. Chris Landis is a criminal. Yeah. So you've kind of been outspoken in your support of the capo situation we find ourselves in now. And for those of you who haven't been on the World Wide Web recently, it's been confirmed now that we will have capos in the Nordeca for the upcoming game next weekend against Portland Timbers. And you've kind of been along with Tony, and I haven't been on Facebook in years, so I don't know if
I just got back on Facebook like a week ago, and I'm already like,
You're
if
regretting it?
if I wasn't trying to like promote things and
Oh, yeah, you're
make
good,
something out of my life,
Yeah.
But we'll talk about what
Yeah.
you're doing later.
But you are trying to make something out of your life, so you have to be on Facebook? Is that what you're saying?
not
Jesus
this,
Christ.
yes and no.
Social media is a unfortunate but necessary tool of
When it comes to
business.
business,
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that in subject 6. But
Yeah.
now we're on 4,
Anyway.
which is capos to the 5th power.
Is it capo or capo?
It's capo for
I
sure.
believe it's
Capo is
capo.
something you use on your guitar.
Capo, as we say in
Get your
Canada.
dirty Montreal ass out of here.
Okay.
So talk to us for a minute about the whole capo situation and your, affinity for it and how you think it's going to go and what the whole goddamn thing's about.
Well, firstly, I'm for it. I support it. In defense of other people, not, I guess, whether you just want to say anti or not, I haven't been a season ticket member for like 10 years or so, so I wasn't around.
Doesn't matter. Your opinion is still relevant.
Yeah, like I wasn't around before the no capo thing, or I'm for it. I'm not like
What drew you to it?
just
Since we've never had it here, and this was your exposure to soccer here, I'm assuming you watch
I mean
international soccer
I watch
too.
like the European leagues.
Which
like,
which lads are your lads over there?
I'm a Dortmund fan, as is everybody, but the colors are just easy to kind of carry over. So, why not? It's a lazy ass way.
You're right though. A lot of Crew fans are also Dortmund fans, and I think the color hat does have a lot to do with it.
It's like the color conversation we were having earlier when I first got here. Colors that work. And
dude, if I see a soccer game on, clearly if it's not MLS, I'm not going to really know who it is just based on seeing the teams. But if there's a yellow team, I immediately go, that's the team I want to win. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. And my logic's the same thing. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily behind orchestrating it. I'm definitely there to support those. Tony's my friend, Andy's my friend.
Yep.
And I'll support him. And it's just if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't think there's an issue with trying something new.
Amen, brother.
And I mean, I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, if after that game, it tanks and everyone is like, "Oh, that didn't work," I'll personally be like, "Hey, man, I was wrong. I thought it would work."
I don't think we should be. Yeah, I know what you're saying. If it doesn't work after one game, it doesn't mean we should kill it, though.
No, I was going to say that too. I don't think we. Yeah, it needs to be given multiple games for sure.
Yeah, and
if
I don't
you're
know.
Gonna do it.
And this is a good time to talk about the whole thing as a concept, because one of the things that's bothered me about this conversation is the false reality that a lot of the pro-capo people will kind of put forth. There's a narrative out there that even right now that there's a lot of people that are trying to destroy this as a concept.
Oh, and that's not the case at all.
I haven't been on Facebook, so I don't know. Maybe there are people on the Nordeca Facebook group trying to destroy it. From what I've seen, people aren't trying to destroy it as much as they're saying what are the specifics and why do we need it? And it's certainly talking on the internet can come off as kind of douchey, right?
Yeah, it doesn't you can't convey emotion. You don't know if they're being sarcastic.
There's no body language.
Exactly.
So
it's like text.
And it's an unavoidable reality that when anybody talks about the anti-capo anything, even if it's just questioning the validity of the not just the concept, but this specific plan, they think of us, they think of me, they think of you, John, specifically because of our involvement in Tifo Sweat 2013. And I fucking really don't like capos, but I see a bunch of my friends trying to try something new. And even though I don't want necessarily the same shit that they want, I would never stop them from trying something new.
Yeah, and that's it almost not that I'm a moderator, but like I said earlier, I'm always around. I like to be that guy who gets along with everybody. It's nice to I can sit here and have a conversation with you guys about it.
Yeah. Welcome back to the microphone. By the
sorry,
way.
I'm drifting. It's been a while since I've talked into a microphone.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. But it's kind of nice to be able to see it from both sides, and
I think
take point. It's easier. It's if more people conversed in person, we are.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's not oh, hey, fuck you, dude. You're anti-capo or you're capo. Fuck yourself.
Yeah. We live in a time where people are just incredibly passionate and very secluded when it comes to their views, whether it be something simple like this or political or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I think that people are so quick to jump to labeling someone who disagrees with them as someone who is attacking them.
Yeah, it's everyone's I'm being attacked.
I think that's been a big problem with this discussion is that I haven't personally seen anyone that's straight up gone, fuck you guys and fuck this plan. I've seen a lot of people that are asking, I think, very legitimate questions about the validity of that petition/survey and people that want to know how it's being executed and just want general details about something that's going to affect their game experience. Mm-hmm. But the culture of America right now is just very defensive and reactionary, and
it has a lot to do with the time we live in currently.
Yes. And I don't think that has helped this situation.
No, not at all,
unfortunately. But.
One thing I do know about Crew fans in general is that those of us and those of them that show up 100% of the time are invested in making things better and making things as good as they can be. And like you alluded to, Jake, it's important to talk in real life. It's important to have a conversation. I've been to enough Tifo Sweat events and enough Nora tours and enough insert any supporter, anything here, whether we're talking Nordeco or the 125 Ultras or people in 224. People that get involved just want to make things better. And sometimes that comes across as harsh and sometimes it's not rolled out as smoothly as it would be.
It could definitely be handled better.
Yeah, but remember that we're talking about Tony. You know, Tony is not like a corporate entity. He's a guy. And yeah, his fucking survey was awful. But he's just a guy. He's our friend. Like, he's one of us, dude. He did a bad survey. It doesn't mean that he has terrible intentions. And the fact that you bring that up doesn't also mean that you want Tony to die or some shit. You know,
regardless of the fact that the methodology might be questionable, you don't usually question that somebody's heart is in the right place.
Right. And Tony's, I think, has
some people
never been real. For the most part, has always been in the right place when it comes to stuff like this. I think he always is just wanting to do what he thinks would be best and make us better and whatnot. But I think that unfortunately, I saw multiple people say this on Reddit that their only interactions with Tony have been negative, and that has unfortunately colored people's views of him that know him and don't. And so him being the spearhead for something like this, I think, was not necessarily like the best.
It does come with a lot of baggage.
Yes, unfortunately, it started the movement off on a negative foot.
It puts a bad taste in your mouth off of that.
Right. Yep. Which is just something, you can't do anything about it now. Something that maybe should have been considered by, whoever was involved. I know, Hubbard is heavily involved.
I wish Andy and heavily John would be more visible.
Yeah, and heavily loved.
Too.
Those are the people. Like, Tony could still have been involved and helping out and everything, but I feel like that was an oversight, was making him the face of it.
Yeah.
Though he has handled this better than he's ever handled anything before.
Yeah.
And the longer you're friends, the longer a community. And I think everything changed in sports fandom with the invention of specifically Twitter. A lot of us here tonight are friends because of Twitter. The longer you know somebody, the longer somebody is in your visual database, right? Like, especially if you knew them when they were just like a younger, fucking more ultra asshole version of it. Like, Tony at one time was a self-admitted troll. He's like, what I do is I go on the internet and I troll people to get them angry. So we remember that.
Yeah.
And when Tony tries to do something, now that he's grown and now that he is able to approach things from the right perspective, we can't hold, and I say we like the royal we, I'm not talking about anybody specifically, but I have seen the same post that you've seen, John, where it's like, I've only had negative interactions with Tony. Well,
join the club.
I've also had a lot of bad interactions with Tony, but I've also had some great interactions and some great memories with Tony, and I salute him for having the ability to grow. It's everything. It's the thing that all humans should want to have, is the ability to grow, and we should salute him. And that doesn't mean we can't ask questions about his fucking plan.
Yeah. Well,
but I'm happy that he has grown, and Jake, you probably can speak to that.
No, I'm just like, if more details were, put out there, and I don't know, for everyone to see.
Yeah, it's a good case study, right?
Yeah.
The next time some big project happens in the Nordeca, remember the goddamn Capo survey petition. Remember the way it was handled. Remember there weren't any fucking answers. Sorry, I keep fucking stepping all over your goddamn answers. But remember how, like, for instance, and of course
he fucking loves it.
I'm speaking from personal perspective here, but I asked a couple nights ago, like, how many Capo stands? What sections are they going to be in? Are they going to be blocking the view of anybody? And this isn't like a goddamn, celebrity fan, like, I won't move from my section. I will clearly move wherever it takes to watch the game. I just kind of wanted to know some fucking details, and it was an immediate, like, if you can't see, fucking move. That's not the right answer. The next time somebody takes on a project, remember that. Remember that that's not the right answer.
Well, there's just so many people not involved in the actual process of making the decision that just want to, be on the internet and be a troll, or be on the internet and be like, well, fucking move, dude. Like,
I mean, yeah,
why don't you be informative?
That's the problem with lots of crew projects, unfortunately, is that there's all these other people that then start throwing their voice in there, and they are just like being antagonistic and stuff.
Like I've noticed it on both ends. Like
Yeah.
I'll totally be honest. Like I mean, whether you're pro capo, anti capo, like both sides are just being dicks. Like
I at least haven't seen anybody. Again, I'm not on Facebook, so I can't speak to that. But I have seen not one single person who is "quote unquote" anti-capo saying, "I will do anything and everything I can to destroy this."
yeah, it's
But I do see a lot of false narratives out there that speaks to that person existing.
there's
I
these
don't think
imaginary
that person
people that
exists. And I made the mistake of clicking on a thread on Reddit today that said, like, why do we hate capos? And I knew before I fucking clicked on it that it was just going to be, there was going to be some hate-filled trail of comments about me. And I saw one that was like, why does everyone hate fucking Morgan? And I'm like, nope, I'm out of here. I'm gone.
I didn't know what Reddit was until today, actually.
Yeah.
When I knew
There
it was
are a
gonna
lot
be
of
on the
legitimate
show.
answers to the question, why does everyone hate Morgan?
That's
Well,
true.
I just hate you.
I don't think
because
it's got
you're you.
anything to do with
Right.
capos.
It's
Yeah.
me too.
First-
It's gonna hate you.
Yeah, like
your
the first
essence.
moment I saw
That's
you.
the right
the
answer.
purest.
Yeah.
Like
There's no
deepest
legitimate
inside
reason.
part
It's
of
just
you.
like, I hate him because.
Yeah, like when I showed up Hendox
Yeah.
2 years ago, I was like, I fucking hate that guy. Look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Like, yeah.
He doesn't have a beard. He can't grow facial
Yeah,
hair.
what's wrong with this?
What's
guy?
his name? Morgan? That's
no,
a
I
stupid
can't
name.
say anything.
Yeah.
He's
He's got two last names.
good
Fuck
dude.
that guy.
thanks.
A little bit of backstory. 2013, Seattle tried to come in and take over our stadium for Dos Acero. Conference call from hell happened. There are many threads on Reddit and Big Soccer about this. You can do, hours worth of reading. I'm not going to recap all of it, but a lot of us had bad taste in our mouth about capos.
Yeah.
After
Justifiably
that.
so. Like,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I wasn't around for that, but I heard the stories.
And
I'd be pissed too.
All of us that, like John was there, and a lot of people that I'm friends with were there, and none of us are anti-humans, right? Like, and we're talking about our humans trying to do something different.
Yeah.
And that's always going to be okay. It's always going to be okay to try something new. Maybe we need a little specificity. We would like a
Yeah.
little, specificity, but we're never going to try to destroy something that someone is trying to do.
From what I know, it's, and because the details aren't there, it's like me talking to Tony, I'm good pals with Tony. It's trying to, be louder, be more,
Sure.
unity, and kind of all be on the same page. Like, there's always going to be quarrels between, individuals, supporter groups, what have you.
I
But,
think
like,
that's a false narrative. Supporter groups all get along, all of them. Anytime you see this thing,
I guess
about
like,
supporter
not
group
so much.
drama,
I guess like sub supporter groups. I guess.
I've seen people saying that recently. Like, I'm tired of all the supporter group drama. There is no supporter group drama. If you say that, you're just repeating crap that you saw from
Well, that was
someone
like
else.
years
That's
ago,
not what I'm
there
saying about
was-
you, by the way, Jake.
There was,
Oh, no, it's-
years ago there was definitely
Even that
some
was
weird
overblown.
feelings. Well, yeah,
Almost.
But to pretend like there's never was some sort of
Okay, everybody should have hated
animosity
V
is
Army. Steve
not-
Abreu is awful. He's awful. He was exiled to Massachusetts as punishment.
Okay.
Back to you, Jake.
I don't even remember.
Yeah,
what I was saying now.
it's fantastic.
No, I guess regardless, it's without the specifications. Like
So-
it's just bringing everybody together for those 90 minutes and cheering for 90 minutes straight.
The lads.
What?
The lads. Bring the lads.
yeah, rough
win
lads.
the
So
stands.
Maybe you're not involved enough. Did you have any details that you can share with us regarding the plan of? I mean, all I still know is that there's going to be a capo stand and people standing on it. Are they going to have megaphones? Do you know any of that kind of information?
I don't know as far as megaphones
Okay.
go. What I do know is that the stand is going to be on the ground. I think it's only like 3 feet tall. From what I've been told, it's not very big, so like there won't be much obstruction of view.
That's probably not even as tall as the stands.
No, it's probably not going to be that tall.
Yeah.
I'm assuming with that.
What are you doing?
No, keep going. You're all right.
I'm assuming with that, there's probably going to be megaphones because that was something that's brought up. But
Okay.
that's about all I
That's
know.
all you know. Okay. I wasn't sure how deeply involved
I'm-
with it you were. If
yeah,
you were
I'm
just
not-
a proponent.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
kind of like you said. I'm a proponent. I'm just like I told Tony and was like, "You need help? Just let me know.
Okay.
I'll do it."
What are you doing?
I'm confused. as
Yeah,
shit.
you.
Oh,
Would you stop?
I'm just sitting over here being a rough lad.
Rough lads.
I think we can put the capo discussion to bed. Is that right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's all I know.
Okay.
So
I was curious.
So I don't think. Here's what I'm gathering. Nobody really knows what it's going to be exactly.
No.
We're going to give it a shot, and we're going to throw some fucking spaghetti on the wall. Whatever sticks, we'll keep that.
Essentially, like we're just gonna. It's a trial and error process, I guess.
I love that answer. I wish that answer would have been out there at first, because I feel like people would be down with that. Hey, we're not a business. We're trying to do some cool shit, and like we're kind of unorganized, but we're going to evolve as we do it.
Yeah, like more people can get involved as time goes on.
Yeah, if anybody's
you have suggestions,
anybody's interested in being a capo, I'm assuming they can get in contact with.
I would say Tony or Andy. That's like off the top of my head.
Yeah,
I'd say.
All right.
Don't text me. Don't at me.
Jake has no involvement.
Jake and that shit on Twitter.
He just
Jake and that shit.
pro capo. And
I'm just
tweet at him directly. Put a period before that at symbol so everyone can see it.
Ask him for tickets to the game.
Yeah, he sells
dude,
it
I got
directly.
you hook up, dude. I get you on the low.
Directly through Huston Holligans. Dude. We're not ending the segment by any means, but thanks for discussing it. It's important that we have discussions.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
it is important for everybody to know that as the fucking, I guess, de facto leader of the anti-capo movement, and as one of the leaders of the pro-capo movement, we can fucking talk about it.
Yeah,
John Zadar hates you.
It's it's
and I say,
it's
John,
weird.
how dare you?
It's weird that you can be in
Civil.
this instance pro capo, anti capo, and still sit down and have some beers.
We're fucking pro Crew SC,
right? And that's exactly
fuck
it.
everything that isn't Columbus Crew SC.
It's the product on the field.
Yeah.
Which is mediocre.
Speaking of on the field,
that's being generous.
This is Greg's favorite question.
Okay.
I want to hear about your favorite off-the-field memory. Now, I know Von Siegel is sitting right here. But it doesn't have to involve her. Be quiet. How dare you, woman. Jake, back to you.
That's a rough...
I'll give you time to think,
answer.
and I'll describe this question in great complexity.
Yeah, what
Here
are
you go.
some of the past answers you've had? Let me.
Everybody
just
has a
put all
tendency to
those
say,
together.
what's your favorite memory from Crew fandom? They say, 08 Eastern Conference Finals, or, Chad dunking on fucking McBride, or, StubHub Center for 08, or, Red Bull away trip for the 15. I'm talking like maybe some memorable shit that happened in the parking lot, maybe a banner that you made by yourself.
Go to like a volunteer thing, maybe.
Man, like the first Tifo sweat I did was pretty awesome.
Which project
that?
was
The Philly game in 2015. The Semper,
yes,
big ass one. Yeah,
always ready.
Yeah,
that one was great
with all the mini 2 sticks put together.
Holy shit, that fucking thing. There was a moment.
I had heard about Tifo, so I was like, oh yeah, this is cool because everybody's like, come do it. And then I was like, yeah, they make big banners. And I showed up and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is fucking huge.
Yes, that was a terrible night because we decided to start painting on Friday.
I remember we were there till I was there till 4 a.m. It was insane.
Literally, maybe you were there. I know John, myself, Greg, Slut Pam, Jeff, Cowles. We were there literally till 4 in the morning.
Yeah, it was. I remember falling asleep driving home, but it was awesome. It was one of those first times where I had only been hanging out with Crew fans, if you will, for only a couple months. It was one of those first times where I got to actually know people.
Yeah.
And make friends, because I moved to Columbus. I didn't know anybody. I went to college down here, but everybody I was friends with in college either
died.
Died of
typhoid.
Typhoid. They were leopards.
You went to
right?
college on the
Leopards?
Oregon Trail.
They were leopards?
Yeah, leopards. Leopards. Or is that leopards?
You're thinking Florida Panthers. You've gone full hockey again. You're playing the Blue Jackets tonight.
Tifo Sweat's good for that, I think.
It was definitely
it's a great way to because you're just sitting there.
Yeah,
painting.
and
So you got nothing to do but talk to each other.
Yeah, you get to meet people,
It's nice.
It's where most of our inside jokes evolved from. The ACES moniker literally happened in Tifo Sweat.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we said Anthony Precourt is too boring of a white guy. We need to invent an alter ego for him to make him more interesting. And that alter ego was Tony Aces, who was like a what's that show where the guy
that was our
from
second
NYPD
ever
Blue.
Tifo.
Yeah, where he puts the fucking sunglasses or takes his sunglasses off at the beginning of that show, and he's like, you could say he was
Something
dead on
Caruso
arrival.
or whatever.
CSI
David
Miami.
David Caruso.
CSI Miami.
And so we're like,
Former child star.
He's an
wasn't he?
agent that goes and signs players, and they don't want to sign the contract, but he's like, you have a game on Saturday, ACES, and then there's a big explosion. And That's what that big banner on the side of Nordak means, by the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I've heard, actually, speaking of Tifa Sweat, that there's going to be some sort of like project next week, John. Have you heard the same thing on the streets?
I remember trying not to talk.
All I know is when
We're
I
not
was
talking about this? You know? No?
all I know is when I was sending out a few product packages, I left a few notes for a few people.
Yeah. No, this is the next topic. Talk to us
Good
about
segue.
your... Man, you're
Oh my God! Do you want to take over from Morgan?
Please take over from Morgan.
Don't do it.
I was really hoping like you'd
This is
enjoy
awful.
That's probably that's not an I Hate Aces radio, but that counts as two.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you're not currently tattooing.
No.
You've recently started a new business venture, and what would that business venture be?
I run a blog, and it's called "Whose Fucking Kid Is This?" and it's just me on a
What?
you.
You may have just broken Morgan.
I want to know more.
Of all the responses, I expect, like, I wrote a blog called "Whose Fucking Kid Is This?" was not one of them. I basically walk around Clintonville taking pictures of children. Whose kid is this? I edit out their dads to make them look abandoned.
I was hoping to get that out before everybody started laughing because it was going to be a journey to find out who Gangster Crew Baby's dad is. But that didn't work.
Man, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I ruined my own joke.
Oh, Christ. Now going back in time, if I go back in time, I would laugh just as hard at that joke if we didn't ruin it.
Oh my
God.
My journey to find Gangster Crew Baby's parents.
Dude, I want to know.
Check out my blog.
Dude, somebody hit up Jake and let him know if you had their
At Jake and that shit on Twitter.
Hashtag,
Karen Crognale, please.
hashtag whose fucking kid is this?
John, run the show for a second. I have to go tweet that.
Oh my God, that's actually really good. How many times has Derek been featured?
God damn it, John.
You told me to run the show.
It's okay. If he'd asked me, I'd have said the same thing.
I figured.
Where's the
I
thing?
mean, crew fandom is like the all mecca of like
Lost children?
Yeah, lost children and parody like Twitter accounts. So I think that could be the next
It's like a
one.
shitty Neverland.
Whose
All these
fucking
rad
kid is
tags
this,
show
SC?
up and grow up and never leave. So, okay, so tell us about the actual business.
The actual
That's
business.
not the child
That's
blog.
not the- That is, well, I
You
run
can
a...
turn. Oh, you were leaving the sponsor music
I don't know
run
what's
for this?
Oh, I thought you guys were going to do a thing. I've been tweeting. No?
We were.
This edition of Aces Radio is brought to you by Whose Fucking Kid Is This? To talk to you about Whose Fucking Kid Is This, here's Jake Norman.
Thanks, Greg. My name's Jake Norman, and as a reminder, as always, if you have trouble identifying children, Land Grant Brewing Company has a cure for what ails you. That's right, Greg. They're medium-sized glass containers, which are filled to the brim with delicious, intoxicating alcohol. You can... whose kid is this? Back to you. Oh, shit.
my God.
Okay, for real. You started a new business.
gosh.
What is it called, and where can I buy your cream?
Nate, can you please make that into a drop?
Just where can I buy your cream? That's the...
I want that as a text tone.
What is this, and where can I buy your cream?
I can't
Which is the new hashtag after whose fucking kid is this?
Ew.
Whose fucking kid is this, and where can I buy your cream? No. No.
Why? Why would you relate those
No,
two?
I don't like that combination of
God,
phrasing.
man.
I don't like that at all.
Gross.
What are we doing? Aces Radio. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
if I were to go on Etsy.com,
Yeah.
what would I search to get your cream? It's really... That's what you
I know, but stop saying that.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta focus here. All right.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
It helps if you don't look at any of it.
Yeah, I'm just
God.
gonna look at this little box
That's
mechanism
fine.
here,
There you
this apparatus. I started a company. It's called Capital Pomade Company. It is a
Yeah.
I would say it's a hair product and like a fine grooming product company. I make hair pomades. I've got some beard oils coming out, hair tonics.
Yeah.
So if you like to look good,
What's hair tonic?
Will it grow me hair?
it's the one. I'm
Maybe
actually-
not you.
Doesn't sound promising.
I've got it's
I put it on my balls. It worked.
my hair tonic.
There's hair everywhere.
I got pube tonic too.
Pube tonic?
Oh, those are different?
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah, the hair's
hug me
different.
unshaven organ.
Ew.
I would never allow that.
Comb me out.
No, the hair tonic's just like it's like an oil-based tonic you put in your hair. It's you can use it many things. Like if the product that I make, it's petroleum-based, so it doesn't wash out of your hair in one go. So like
People hate it when they wash their hair and everything comes out.
yeah, like why are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
Like,
I want to wash my hair, but I want everything to stay in it.
yeah, it's you don't have to take a shower. Like,
Yeah.
because
Nice.
rough lads and shit.
Rough
That's
legs.
exactly
Rough
how
lads
I
do not
like
Bathing.
shower.
If you're rough, you
No.
don't fucking shower.
Yeah.
So, and it just kind of like revitalizes the pomade you have in your hair currently, or you can use it as a leave-in conditioning treatment, like put a little in overnight.
I've been looking for a new leave-in conditioning product.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so they can only did they purchase these solely on Etsy? Then?
At the moment, yeah, it's just Etsy.com
/ hot deals.
hot deals / shop / whose fucking pomade is this?
Whose fucking kid is this?
Shop / Capital Pomade Co.
Capital Pomade Company.
Yeah, Capital
All right.
Pomade Company. You can just
Is it
search
actually company or just
company.
CO?
The abbreviation for
Okay.
the Etsy site is Co.
Is
Who is
Co,
your first
okay.
customer?
Who? My first customer was 3030 Barbershop up in Clintonville.
Motherfucker.
But as far as internet orders go, you were the first.
Yeah, the continuing champion.
Yeah,
Ah.
it was hilarious because as soon as
You
like
should have
I
lied.
like
Number one impulse buyers, boy.
Hey, I'm very grateful for that. Also, by
Oh,
the
yeah,
way.
it was the worst mistake I ever made.
I bet I was like, I was sending it to
It
you. I
is
was
not
like,
facial cream.
He's gonna hate this shit. Did you think it was facial cream?
No, I knew it was.
No.
He thought it was vagina wash.
I don't really use that.
Did you give some to Pam?
Oh,
Here you go, Pam. Use this.
slather that on that.
Put this on your
bush.
body and don't ask questions,
It's
girl.
looby.
You literally told her to put the cream on, but
And
Doran
kicked
had
her
already
over.
Got
got
time for that?
And pushed her over and said, marry me.
That's the only way this is going to happen at
You
this
asked
point.
me.
Marry me. Whose kid is this? So, we
Derek,
asked...
he's your son.
We Before I play Sound of Silence, I ask you the same question we end every segment 2 with, and that is, of course, how can AGS attack be stopped?
Who, since you just discovered Reddit today, is a Reddit personality
Okay.
who participates.
He said he's
in-
listened to ACES radio before.
I have,
Okay,
but not to
but
that
but
extent.
this is new.
But I
Not
mean that
past.
in the most. I usually get about 5 minutes in, and I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna fucking kill myself."
That's the right answer.
I got better things to do, like photograph children.
Yeah. Listen,
I gotta go make a blog post.
you can't just sit
This
around.
vat of cream isn't going to mix itself. Okay.
A lot of people are wondering whose kids are what. And I got the cream to figure it out. Capital City Pomade Co.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So, like me on Facebook or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Otherwise,
okay.
he'll have gone back to it for no reason.
Yeah. So, AGS attack. This is a Reddit personality.
Yep.
So you
Yes.
say
100%.
What
You
are
can be as mean as you want.
What are
really.
the types of things they say?
They.
Him.
It is
he,
a- it is a-
we,
It's a male.
Do you want to just play the song?
person.
Oh, play his stupid anthem that he wrote.
I don't know if I can find it.
And you can. Is this not? one
This
of
is
you
literally
guys, or-
him.
This is
playing
literally
him
him
rapping.
rapping.
Here we go.
He played the instrument and sang.
Attack 2016 on this motherfucker. U.S. attack, he's got the best hot taste. Y'all motherfuckers best watch out because he's got the hot taste. You are down for
Whose
it.
kid is
you
this?
Are just queen of snitch. Y'all just jealous. He likes the crew way more than you do. You have no idea with the weak ass shit. Yo,
I wanna hear the
U.S.
Butt
attack,
Pirates
he's
part.
got the best hot taste. Y'all motherfuckers best watch out because he's got the hot taste. You are young for it. You
Seems like
are
it's on
just haters
Skip.
and y'all just jealous. He likes the crew way more than you do. You have no idea with the weak ass shit. Yo,
Oh, that's right. It's at the end.
thumb this. Thumb this crew.
Did he say fuck this crew?
2016 year of Butt Pirates.
Year of the butt.
You're the butt pirates. What? Here we were repping the Rough Lads, and all this time it was the year of the butt pipe.
Oh, who knew?
Good God.
Unbelievable. Oh, God.
That's going to be the next drop.
Dude, Jake, thank you so much for stopping by, honestly.
Thanks for having me.
Constructive discussions. It's the staple of ACES
Do you
Radio.
use any human bone in your cream? We could give you AGS tax bones when we kill him.
I mean, I can incorporate it.
Okay.
That's what we do
I
here.
will help you.
Just do that.
I mean, I assumed you would. Rough Lads help each other out.
Rough Lads always do that. We take them in, John, we grind them up, and we spit them out. Thanks, as always, to our celebrity guest on segment 2, this week's edition, Jake Norman, Capital City Pomade Company.
Correct.
On Etsy. Go there. I've bought the product. John, let me tell you what. It's making my hair unbelievably good.
I'm
Do
sure
you
it
have
is.
any in your hair right now?
I've not used it yet, but
Oh,
I might
that's cool.
at some point.
I would have bought some, but
John doesn't.
we all
have
know
hair.
I don't have hair, so...
That's fair.
Was it work on my beard?
You
Or
can
should I
use-
wait for the beard
I
to land?
use a little bit in my beard. Just use a little, though.
I don't really have a beard like you do, though.
Dude.
Let's continue this talk off air.
Fuck beards and fuck people that can grow facial hair. If you've enjoyed the shitlordery on segment 2, I've got some great news for you. John Zadar is going home probably to work on art stuff. And we'll be right back with your hot takes. Battle for the grand prize, ACES Radio. You're making a big mistake.
Whose fucking kid is this?
Oh my.
Hot, sicker than your average. Down like goose and I'm fly like Maverick. With a savage attack in a mouth like a mash. Spitting fuego, homie. It ain't tricking if it's magic illusions. Indubitably juvenile. My crew can do it and we do it well. Rock around the clock all across the nation. Got a lot of sky miles and a reputation of making earthquakes every time we land. Cause stopping ain't an option or a part of the plan. Fools get to feeling while I'm running on jet fuel. Now pay close attention cause I'm ready to let you know what I'm all about, child. I got that style that you come to love. And I'ma stay fly till the day I die. Spitting fresh to death from above. Get it? David F, man. You don't stop. David, you don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain. Yeah. I'm an ace pilot. Yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach. Yeah. And to my first class folks. Yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky.
Yeah! Alex Thomas, Yvonne Siegel, their Skank Lordress, Darby Schnarfus, Greg Berhalter, John Zadar, and the continuing champion himself. We all welcome you back to segment 3, episode 38 of ACES Radio. What a rare treat indeed. Thank you again to Jake Norman from Capital City Pomade Co. Find them on Etsy by searching the name that I just said. Brought to you as always by benevolent corporate overlord sponsors Blood and Urine and upping the Buffalo Bills AFC lads since 1991. This is ACES Radio. You've made a tragic mistake by joining us. Welcome to all 17 of you on Periscope. And fuck you, Walter.
Fuck you right back.
You're back after a 1-week hiatus.
You're damn right.
Does it matter that you're dead?
I'm not dead.
A lot of people are saying you're dead.
Only you.
Is that right?
He's quite clearly here.
John, as I was standing outside saying goodbye to Jake Norman, I watched you sprint across the street
Yeah.
to McDonald's.
I was starving, and they closed the food here.
Was the Russian man there? The Russian French man?
He may have been, but he works the drive-thru, so I didn't see him.
Yeah, they don't take walk-up orders
I
at the
went
drive-thru anymore.
inside because it's what?
Quote from a hot take from Daily Danielle on Periscope. Quote, Walter the Raccoon for Capo Supreme.
Wait, this means I've got it.
I could get on board with that. That'd be hilarious. You standing up there doing nothing.
Come on, you lads in yellow.
Capoing via raccoon puppet.
Rough lads.
Rough Lads.
Am I doing this right?
I think for you it'd be trash lads.
Trash lads.
There you go.
By the way, I would be totally and completely behind a Kyle the... Oh, Jesus.
Somebody say trash lads.
Welcome Kyle the Possum to the program. Kyle the Possum.
You don't sound happy to see me.
I'm not.
Apparently Kyle is also gangster.
Literally my worst nightmare.
Bugsy Malone.
Gangster crew, baby, got nothing but love for both of you animals.
Hey, Morgan, I'm going to ruin your engine, see?
Gangsta crew baby loves us stuffed animals.
Fantastic. Great to have both of you back. Kyle the Possum, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge? That is the.
A lot of people call me a scourge, Morgan.
So 3, 2, 1.
Clap.
And John, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge? That is, Darby Schnarf is laughing in the background without a microphone, like a piece of shit.
That's what the audience is supposed to do. That's not a scourge.
That's right, John. They say the only cure for the scourge that is real life Darby Schnarfus is hot takes.
Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true.
And now, an ACES Radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the massive.
You're not going to stop there. We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes
He's on fire.
from you.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, Walter. No, you can't, indeed. Because you're dead.
I'm not dead. I was just in Texas.
I watched you die. I watched you kill yourself in a dumpster outside of Caster Connection. Oh, welcome back, ladies and
That was
gentlemen.
my food, you shitlord.
To another episode, or another edition, rather, of the battle for the grand prize. How's it feel to be back, John?
Oh, it feels so good. I definitely missed this.
Did you miss
Because
the intro?
it is the most popular segment, so of course I missed it.
Yeah, it's the only reason people are here, John. What if I told you there was a cure for the scourge of segment 3?
How many scourges can there possibly be, my man? Jesus.
I feel like Jake could have had a guaranteed business model if he just invented cures for scourges.
For scourge? Maybe. Who knows?
That's actually a very good point.
Let's start putting that cream on shit.
Well, I mean, go to
Whose fucking scourge is this?
acesradio.com/hot deals, and maybe you could buy the weekly cure for the... No, probably not.
The weekly.
Weekly cure?
Weekly is absolutely a word.
Yeah, it's how you do everything.
Before
That
we get
lack of
into
upper
the
body strength.
hot takes, my friends, I'm going to need to read the rankings, the standings. That is.
Oh, fantastic. This makes this segment longer and thus more enjoyable for me.
You love it, John. I can hear it in your voice. In first place, Phil Golfart with 8 points, Crew FC front office member himself. In second place, Lord of the Shits with 6 points, followed not closely in third place by Hug Me Shaven Organ John with 3 points. A gaggle fuck of celebrity fans tied for fourth with 2 points, that being Buttle Surfer,
Who's that?
Yvonne Seagull, the Crew Pad, aka Patrick Moore, and underscore Ken. Followed by, in 8th place, a tie. This is an actual gaggle fuck. Bob O'Shaughnessy, GCG Bag Tyler, Mike Hudson Sucks, Dave Edinger, Darling Thief, Dirty underscore Slut underscore Pam.
I know where that blood point came from.
Hired Ballerina, not spelled how you think it is, and John Burkle, all with 1 point. Bringing up the rear, Greg, and
John
getting the
Burkle.
bulk. Yeah, if you were here for segment
His
3,
brother
Mike
got a
Burkle
point?
gave a point to... He gave one of your points to his brother.
Why was he giving out my points?
Because you weren't here.
That's
shitlord.
what fucking fake John Zadar's for.
No. He was sharing a microphone. He couldn't do anything
This is
about it.
nonsense.
Bringing up the rear, Greg, and getting the bulk, also with 1 point in 16th place, none other than our friend AGS Attack. Your thoughts, Walter?
Are you going to read these or what?
I'd like to hear your thoughts.
That's all I got.
I think his thoughts were he's fucking sick of waiting for you.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what it sounds
the
like.
intro was long enough.
Unfortunately, nobody has time for you, Walter.
You made time for him.
We move now to the subreddit known as a Massive John. I remind you, as always, these hot takes are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness. And first
I'm
place...
going to take notes. I went from an iPad to a notebook and paper.
Now you're on the back.
Now I'm going to use crayons on the back of your chart.
Good news. I already posted a picture of those crayons.
I saw it. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
when I was at
ACES Radio.
McDonald's, yes.
At ACES_radio. Is that right, John?
That's Twitter handle.
Top voted post this week comes to us from none other than Lord of the Shits with 9 points. Quote, it appears Dirty Franks has... Jesus, this is so long. Okay. Is it? Studio audience already fucking loves this. All right. Quote, it appears Dirty Franks has a Columbus Crew dog, so I took the
I
liberty
get that all the time. It's really good.
of inventing a few ACES radio-inspired wieners, because the only thing that can save us from last week's episode is dick jokes.
It's probably true.
The Zadar dog. Perfectly formed, slathered in Kansas City barbecue sauce, comes 30 minutes late to your table.
Boom, roasted.
All right, relax. We know there are hot dogs for you guys, too. Let's go.
Yeah, maybe not, though. The Derby
Don't
dog.
skip them.
Similar to the Zadar dog, but imitation meat and far worse.
Oh, God. Blood point just for that.
So I think we can move on. The Galifo dog. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, God.
Wrapped in a fan-made bacon scarf served on a tiny capo stand. Jesus. Hell is real. / Hot Deals. The Benson dog.
Oh, God.
Imported. A mix of kangaroo, koala, and crocodile meat. Cut with a large knife. May cause magic poopies.
Yes! I'll pay that. That's finally a Magic Poopies reference.
Dude, do you
that's actually
remember
funny.
on Massive Report, there got to be a point where anytime I would mention that, Sam would fucking cut my microphone and you would want me dead. Like, literally. But now you laugh about it.
I still want you dead.
How dare you? I'm about to mute your microphone. John?
Moving on.
All right. The
time for that.
The motherfucking Doran dog.
Is that what it's called, or are you saying that?
No, it's called the motherfucking Doran dog. Foot-long fucking hot dog. Fucking served inside a pink taco. Free fucking refills on fucking Thursdays.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Buttle Server is dead. Lord of the shits. Oh. The Morgan dog, 1/3 the size of the Dorn dog.
Morgan is like vomiting. He's laughing so hard.
Okay. Oh, shit. 1/3 the size of the Dorn dog, but fan-made in our local warehouse and approved by the front office. Oh, that is so good.
Oh my God.
The Pam dog. No, there's more. I'm just trying to... The Pam dog. Random toppings strewn about, served charred and burnt. The AGS attack dog. Picked from the bottom of the barrel. Click the hyperlink to order. The Stanek dog, Italian season, 10% off if you wear a goalkeeper jersey at the time of purchase. Must be first in line to order. Oh my fucking God. The Nordeca Facebook group dog. You'll argue for hours on end if it tastes good or bad. Only you know how to fix it. Jesus.
Oh my God. Can we give him the trophy now?
Really. Yeah. The Sportman dog. Aunt Mary's sacred blend of pumpkin spices and aged duck butter top this classic wiener. Oh, God. I mean, it's pretty good.
That's all right.
The Walter dog. Steamed over a pile of hot garbage and other car parts. The Todrick dog. This copyrighted lobster-crusted wiener leans to the right.
Oh, God.
I fucking cannot. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Josephi's mom dog. Oh, God. A shareable platter of wieners. Okay. A shareable platter of wieners for your whole table to enjoy. And finally, the ACES radio dog. Takes several hours of your life to consume. May cause illness. Quite possibly the last hot dog you'll ever eat. End quote.
I'm fucking crying. Oh my God. Holy
I was about to
shit.
say, I haven't laughed that hard at a hot take. I haven't laughed that hard at anything. Ever.
The 1/3 the size of the
votes up
Doran
did
dog.
that have?
Oh, 9 points, John.
That's it?
Only 9.
Yeah, a lot of downvoting going on. A lot of downvoting. A lot of token liberals not liking what they're seeing. Oh, everybody knows everyone's
that's Lord of the
thoughts on
Shits,
that one.
right?
We will move
God.
on, and you can await your blood points to the left-hand side. From user Mike Hudson Sucks with 4 points. Godwin's Law, Corollary 1. Over a long enough timeline among Crew FC supporters, the probability that someone will mention their opinion on capos approaches 1. Other unwritten until now laws of Crew FC social media is as follows. We don't even have to be playing the Fire that week in order to mention Bridgeview. Mentioning Chicago or the Fire does not count as mentioning Bridgeview. The Nordeca Facebook group is actually not that bad if you just ignore Glifo. None of us are as rough a lad as we think we are. Katie Mitchell is still in love with Ben Olsen. Each of us has a golden boy or girl within us. Katie Mitchell, everyone. And until we admit to that ourselves, we can never achieve enlightenment. Sorcerer Peepa is back, and Gregulator 614 is not, end quote. Nope. Anything that comes after Lord of the Shits. I mean, honestly, I feel fucking bad for Mike Hudson. I mean, he's from Cincinnati.
I feel bad for
enough.
everyone. Everyone else who has a hot take.
A lot of people are saying he sucks.
A lot of people are saying that.
A lot of people.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Moving on from user Darling Thief with 4 points. Quote, let's step back and just not talk about a thing for a while. You know what it is. I'm not going to say the word. After listening to last week's episode, I noticed that the use of anagrams is quite popular with the audience. I have taken the opportunity to anagram some of our favorite inside jokes, seeing as Morgan has already has an Instagram. Why the fuck not? Because that's not what they said. It's just how I'm talking. Greg's name didn't produce anything funny, and John isn't around for the third segment to hear his anyway. Yes, Morgan, this is a long hot take. I know that, and I and many others look forward to hearing you fuck a lot of these up.
We're off to a good start.
Trick's on you. I've already fucked up half of it. Okay, anagrams. Delete your account. A occult entered you. All right. A concert outed Yule. Nuclear coyote duet.
Nuclear?
Rough
Where
lads.
did you go to school?
Halo drugs. A god hurls. A lord hugs. Lad hugs or drugs low.
Oh, I've said that many times while rough ladding it about.
Is that right, John?
Drugs low.
Drugs low.
Low.
Anagrams for up the finches include punches thief, fetches high pun, cup fetish hen, fetch penis
It's not so much the anagram, it's the way you read it.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Cheap penis. Ugh.
Cheap fun shit.
Really?
Yeah. Cheap fun hits.
shit.
Okay.
Oh,
Anagrams for blood and urine are as follows. Albino rounded. That's kind of gross. I don't know why, but it is.
Why?
That's less gross than blood and urine. Apparently.
Bad ruined loon. Bad ruined loon.
Poor Minnesota. How do they come back from that?
That's an MLS
They,
joke.
they don't. 12 goals.
Bad noodle ruin. Boarded oil nun. Bald rude onion.
Hey, I'm right here.
John Zidar has ruined onions since day one. Anagrams for ignorant sluts are as follows. Tarring lust son.
Pam.
Yep. Rating lost son. A stung nostril. Stoning ultras. No comment.
Wow.
Notating slurs. Greg Benson, your thoughts? Ooh. Anagrams for yellow like what?
Oh my god, how many of these are there?
There's two more.
Yellow like what?
Yellow like Columbus Crew SC, Greg. How dare you? Whale key lit owl. Wealth we kill yo. Heal yet kill. Wow. A likely wet howl.
Oh, Doran's familiar with that.
And lively weak owl. Okay. Continuing champion. A chump icon in toning. A incognito chimp nun. An incoming punch in two.
I've wanted to give you one of those for a while.
Fantastic. A pinching cum notion. Yes, cum is spelled how you think it is. And finally, cinnamon touching pie.
That's a good thing.
I guess it does.
End quote.
Okay.
Anybody?
It's a lot of
That's a lot to digest there. More so than the hot dogs.
Response.
Read what?
Response from Dirty Slut Pam. An anagram for Dirty Slut Pam is Tardy Imp Slut. Oh, shit. When we're in the car this weekend, this is going to be the part that's on.
It plays, yeah.
Absolutely. She always looks at me like I've stabbed her in the loins. She's like, oh, how could you do this?
Maybe if you did that more often, Doran wouldn't need to come into the picture.
Oh, that's actually a really good joke, Greg. Oh, my God.
The tardy imp slut's going to love that one.
Moving the fuck on. Okay. From user. With 5 points. Fantastic. So meta. Quote, after last week's calamity of an episode, Morgan was decidedly depressed and just wanted to go home early to his lady and the tramp. The lady obviously being Bailey. Upon arrival, the tramp was asleep on the couch with every light on in the house. And after tripping over 2 separate piles of clothing, this is getting too real, Morgan had had enough. He changed into his favorite gray t-shirt. That's fair.
You're wearing it now.
Yeah. I have like 15 of them. And headed to the roof to jump and finally end it all. However, the number one handsy boy had forgotten that his aim was as good as his reading skills, and he mistakenly landed in a nearby dumpster, only injuring himself but not dying. A family of heroic possums and their raccoon friends found Morgan in the dumpster and carried him to a nearby hospital. The on-call physician, Dr. J9, asked Morgan for a friend or family member he could contact, but Morgan only kept muttering the words, "fucking Mike Burkle," over and over again. Dr. 9 contacted Mr. Burkle, but he was unable to come to Morgan's aid as he was not able to find a free bus ride to the hospital. Oh, that's good. I don't know how he comes back from that. So Morgan lay there alone in the hospital bed, watching his beloved Crewzers FC be dismantled by the Houston Brine Chings. As goal after goal went in, he knew that somehow, some way, it was he that would be blamed for the loss. Mute Channel 2. End quote. You're going to get an applause button just for that last part. Greg Benson, your thoughts?
I don't know. I just like to say thank you to Kyle and Walter and everybody who managed to save you.
Yeah. Some real heroes there.
High five, bro.
I think we should have them recognized at the next crew game.
God!
I just started playing No God No because I knew what you were going to do. Moving on from user the crew, Pat John, with 5 points. Quote, Gleefo did not show up to the podcast last week because there is not a door to bust in at Zauber Brewing Company. End quote. John Starr, your thoughts?
Yeah, that's probably true.
I'm not going to argue with it.
No.
From user Mentor.
He could bust through the garage door like Kool-Aid Man.
It's true. Don't hurt the banner, brah.
Capo, yeah.
Yes.
Moving on from user Pippinips with 4 points. Quote, Hi, Morgan. Do you think you could reach out to the Chaz and ask him if he'd be an official Nordeca Ultra Capo? It seems like he could bring the energy needed to sufficiently up the lats on the footy pitch. And since everyone seems to like you so much, it seems like a perfect fit.
They hate you.
Yeah, that's why it's funny. Everyone hates me. I'll hang up and take your answer off the air. Thank you. He referenced an inside joke. Greg Benson, your thoughts?
I don't know. Chaz would probably make a good capo at least until the 60th minute when he inadvertently puked.
He doesn't puke until the next morning, bruh. And that's me puking because I deal with the Chaz's hangovers. Unbelievable. Moving on from user Weathervane with 5 points. Quote, Historians will point to the introduction of capos into the Nordac as the catalyst for the team moving to Las Vegas. End quote. John Starr, your thoughts?
The capos are going to cause the team to move?
Not the stadium roof or lack thereof. Not the pedestrian bridge over the train tracks or lack thereof. And not booing Eric Garrett when you see him running downtown.
I have no thoughts.
God damn it, I'm in the middle of drinking beer.
That's kind of why I had no thoughts.
Fuck you. Moving on from user What Song with 2 points. Quote, Pippa passed the ball straight to Houston more times last week than there are fan-made scarves. And Capo complaints combine. Hashtag no Higuaines.
No Higuaines.
No Higuaines. We went from dos to uno to
Greg
no
Benson,
mas.
your thoughts?
I'd be willing to try that.
I don't know. Yeah, he did assist on several goals, I guess.
My name is Pipa. I am Peruvian.
Pretty sure he's from Argentina.
Remember when you were the racist?
It's called voodoo music. That's the button.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That didn't confirm what I just said.
What was that? Was that Pipa?
In the background?
Yeah. He's Peruvian, John.
Was he fucking casting a spell to, like, turn the fountain on at Easton?
Yes. Joe Dude. This was originally Joe Dude's music. Moving on from user Buttle Surfer with 2 points. Quote, a short birthday rap. If Yvonne is present, well, okay, all right, here we go. Yvonne, Seagull. How does this always happen?
Wait, who is this?
This is Buttle Surfer.
Technically, it's Yvonne.
This is you.
Okay.
Do you think, so, my name is Buttle Surfer, I'm here. Okay, so you don't need any,
Yeah,
John, maybe you should spit rap or some shit?
Spit
Tyler?
rap?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
Can you beatbox?
No.
All right, no beatboxing, just fucking read it.
Just fucking read it.
What do you need? Should I turn the fax machine on?
There, yeah. Okay.
There is.
But then I wouldn't have the...
Darby, please shut up. You're not on the show for a
Segment 3
reason.
is long enough.
Yeah.
My name is Buttle Surfer, and I'm here to say a certain wet boy turns 30 today. His name is Johnny Z, but to you it's Zadar. When it comes to butt licking, he's the best by far. It's called the Dirty 30, but have no fear, because John hears dirty and says, hold my beer. He spends his days and nights making amateur art. Out come the PFGs when he gets enough hearts. When the funk from the junk just gets too rank, he'll scrub a dub deep down in Lank's steak. God damn it. Stank Lank. Oh,
Girl Morgan.
At the rest stop of love, you'll see John sulk if he has to wait for Josephine's mom to give her the bulk. Oh, yeah. He's the 614's biggest KC fan. He'll sell out the crew just to be a... Sportsman! So happy birthday, John, but for goodness sake, please tell us you didn't let Pam bake your cake.
Nice.
It's good. It's good.
That's the raps, and I am out of here.
Thank
That's
you,
the only
Yvonne
reason you're
Siegel.
here.
Yvonne Siegel, everyone. Bird noises. Bird noises. I don't even know how your name is actually spelled. I've been spelling it Seagull for so long. John Zadar, your thoughts?
I'm touched. I think I shed a tear.
Whose fucking kid is this? John's getting touched. Get him out of here.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Moving the fuck on. That was really awkward. 3, 2.
You said it. Clap. Clap.
Unbelievable. From user _ Gino Padula.
Oh,
all right, with 2
okay.
points. Quote,
Okay.
Gino Padula didn't die for this. End quote. That's pretty good. It's a hot take if I've ever fucking heard one.
That's not bad.
Moving on from user _ Ken. Back-to-back underscores. Fantastic with 1 point. Quote, due to the recent scourge of scourges plaguing Crewzers FC, I've decided to call out other scourges keeping the lads from dominating the soccering pitch. The scourge that is expected goal stat, not meaning a damn thing. The scourge that is Greg using the word accountable in every post-game interview. The scourge that is not being sure what to do with your fan-made scarf when using the urinal. The scourge that is a real thing.
What?
I mean, you got to like push it to the side.
Oh, okay.
Some penises point
Just, like,
up.
throw it over your
Yeah,
shoulder.
you got to push it down. Is that what he meant? Whose kid is this? The scourge that is not enough
Some
capo
penises
discussion.
point up.
To which you immediately responded, so you got to throw it over your shoulder.
You got to push that shit down.
Scarf.
Whose kid is this? The scourge that is not enough capo discussion on Crew social media. The scourge that is the Nordeca Facebook group being open to the public. Oh shit, that happened while we were at Zauber Brewing Company last night, John.
It did.
Katie was like, fuck it. We're going to make this an open group.
Almost like the Nordeck itself.
Yeah. And then everyone was like,
Whose kid is this?
whose kid is this?
Whose kids are these? Their Facebook photos
Where do I
look
put
like
this
adult
cream?
men.
The scourge says the front office not paying any attention to Buffalo, New York. Oh, that is real. That is real shit. Hashtag Bill's Mafia as always.
There's no buses
Zach
from
Lambo.
there either.
And finally, the scourge that is posting hot takes that just list a bunch of things, hoping one of them will be funny enough to earn a blood point. Hashtag ultra stoning. End quote.
Why again?
Well, that's really aggressive.
What is happening?
Yvonne's doing. a
Yvonne's
blowfish
pressing her
on
breast up against the window.
She's blowing
Whose
the door.
fucking kid is this? Moving the fuck on from user Hired Ballerina with 2 points, John. Quote, it's only inevitable that the crew are moments away from firing Greg Bergerherger, so I've decided it's time to look ahead at our future coaching prospects and what their first actions might be. Since I know shit all about actual soccer coaches, I'll just speculate what the ACES radio family might do. This is going to be good. Fake Katie Mitchell. Nothing has changed except Ben Olsen is hired by the club, but no one is sure what he does all day. Also, the players' water bottles are filled to the brim with only Zima every game. Chris Doran. Attendance immediately spikes with a female 21 to 50 demographic.
It's quite a broad demographic, no pun intended.
But pun taken. Josephine's mom. Attendance immediately
Speaking
spikes
of
with the
being taken.
male 21 to 50 demographic. okay, fucking dive in. Hang the DJ spends way too much money bringing in a lot of Italian players, but turns around the team in his first season. But he can't let go his roots and finds himself creating a sock puppet Twitter account at fake Hang the DJ that he uses to criticize his own tactics, which eventually get him fired. Oh, shit. This is Hired Ballerina, by the way. That's very good. Pam Purdy. Develop a new defensive strategy where players will start leaving socks, shoes, shirts thrown about the pitch in hopes that the other team will trip and fall. However, all the food in the concession stands is served burnt. I mean, that's just real shit. AGS attack. Attendance wildly fluctuates game after game. Some nights we pack the stands tighter than Josephi's mom at a leather convention. And others, it's emptier than the reserve seats for the Derek Hughes family at his first piano recital.
Oh.
Well, practice
That's
artist.
just sad.
Yeah. Whose fucking kid is this? Greg Benson, immediately trade all the white players. Team consists only of kangaroos, dingoes, and wallabies. We go undefeated. John Zidar. All his formations are perfectly formed, but he is red carded for whipping out the PFGs, finally receiving enough hearts on Periscope. I mean, no one's laughing because that's just exactly what would happen.
What would happen.
That's the Hotaki part of this.
That's right. Coach Zidar is taking out his penis again.
Waving
Whose
at the
fucking
fourth
kid
ref.
is this? Morgan Hughes. Maybe we should skip this one.
No,
do go
probably
on.
one of the good ones.
Our TiVos are the best in the league. Well, that's true. Our capo's only capo. Right,
What else would they do?
Yeah, I don't know. Andres Mendoza returns to lead the league in goals. We go on an unprecedented run of winning the Open Cup 3 times. I would like that very much. However, in the year of our Guillermo 2021, on Caster Appreciation Night, it is discovered that Morgan is just a front, and the real man running the team is actually Chris Doran and his 12-inch Johnson. Attendance immediately spikes with the 21 to 50 female demographic, end quote. Oh, that hot take really tied the room together, man. Oh, I like how you do the same joke like 7 times. Big fan of that.
I like running gags.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, man.
Moving on from user Dirty Slut Pam. Welcome back. No, there are no underscores.
Oh, there are two
Dirty
Dirty
good point.
Slut Pam accounts?
Okay, so the original one, there were 200. This is no underscore. Just Dirty Slut Pam. This is probably real Pam. I hope the capo stand is constructed better than the product on the field, or it'd be short-lived, and Gleeful will be on his way to the hospital. End quote. Jesus.
Didn't she do something like last week or
'Cause
2
of
weeks ago that
fall?
was like violent?
Rough Lives.
Okay.
Moving the fuck on from user Zappalicious. Quote, it only took 2 weeks for fans of Columbus Poo SC, LOL, to cannibalize each other.
Whose fucking kid is this?
That's a good fucking question, Greg. Whoo, shit. Okay. Okay. Where are we? To cannibalize each other. We're in peak mid-season shit-ass form, lads. Well done. Edit. Oh, and the team has been fuck awful since December 2015, but that's not the big deal here. The big thing that everyone needs to get fucked out of shape for is Nordic drama. End quote. John?
Okay.
Kind of.
Greg?
Hotaki.
Walter?
Hotaki.
Oh, that's 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
I say good hot take.
Of course.
3 out of 4
You
ain't bad.
would.
That's like 80%.
Whose fucking kid is this?
I like how that began like months ago as a cough, and now you just go,
Half the time I don't know whether you're just trying to segue to the next hot take or if Yvonne has walked back
Clearing
into
my
the room.
throat. Moving on from Mr. Caltho with 1 point. Quote, I don't understand why everyone is so pissed about bringing Capo Carl back. We will want pancakes. End quote.
what?
Yup.
Can you explain that one for me?
We had a friendly against the Dayton Dutch Lions, I don't know, 5 years ago. And
Okay.
there was a little kid who just walked into our section and started leading us in chants, and nobody argued.
What is the pancakes?
His most significant chant was, we want pancakes. Because I think I asked him what he was going to eat for dinner or some shit, because it was super... I'm like, whose fucking kid is this? Capo Carl lives in the woods behind Obet's with feral chat. That's what we decided at the time. Very nice. That was from Zapalicious. Is that right? No, Caltho.
Okay.
Yeah, response from Woe KC. Yes, please. So, whose fucking kid is this?
I like pancakes.
We want to figure it out.
Why not?
Okay, John, I think you may have to read this one.
I have to read it?
Actually, I think it's a two-parter. I think both of us. Yeah. Okay. So
Do I
both
need
of
to
us
come
have
around?
to read
Like,
this.
is it
Yes.
a back and forth?
It's Announcer Man and Katie Mitchell voice.
Oh boy.
And this is from user Phil Golfart 5 hours ago. So it says, so you start it, and then I'll do the narrator part, and you do the Katie Mitchell part.
I'm not again until then. Okay, I see. Cap, oh my God, you guys.
Here's a hot take. I give zero shits about your cheerleader wars. In fact, I kind of wish the SS Nordic would sink into Stank Lake. 96% of my effort goes into the 17,000 higher price not already sold tickets each week. 12,000 if you don't count season ticket holders, but you have to count season ticket holders because half of them are high-maintenance whiners. Super tiresome hookers, if you will. I digress. Here's a wild concept. Everyone just come and fucking yell when you're excited. All the drama and coordination and singing copycat songs and posturing in the dork corner reminds me of this South Park episode where they started a backyard wrestling league that evolved into a complex Shakespearean tragedy. Does that section even like soccer anymore? Maybe I'm all wet. Truth is, I'm more of a football guy myself. You know, the sport that all Ohioans actually care about. The sport where supposedly if you play it, you don't disappoint your father. Supposedly. Frowny face. In that vein, and because every hot take needs a list these days, I've got a couple cheers for the new cheerleaders. Cheerleader overlords that any football fan would appreciate. Back to you, Katie Mitchell.
1, 2, 3, 4. You know who we all adore. Phil Golfart. Yeah, Phil Golfart. 2, 4, 6, 8. You know who we love to hate. It's Morgan. Yeah. Okay, next one.
Did you just put your head through the desk? You went full Buffalo Bills there.
Little bit. Bills Mafia.
We've got Spirit and a zoo. We've got Spirit. We're the crew. Okay. ATT. ACK, attack, attack, attack. Remember Andres Mendoza? He really liked his crack.
That should help things. Hashtag capos or capo or crapo. Hashtag BTW. Oh no, we suck again. I'm seriously. Guys. End quote.
Guys, I think I could be really good.
Oh, Katie Mitchell, everyone.
Throw me up there with a bottle of Zima.
Yeah.
And a megaphone.
Yeah. And you'd be like, what?
United.
That's right. I knew it.
United.
Katie Mitchell, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Moving on from user Hug Me Shaven Organ with 1 point. Fucking. It's a hyperlink that says these hot takes that I'm not clicking on. And moving on. From user Backstop with 1 point. Quote, capo's an Italian word. We should use a German word for the person who leads the cheering, which, through some dedicated Googling, I have learned the German word is die cheerleader. In short, bring back the Crewzers, but add chance leadership to their job description. End quote.
Die cheerleader.
I think it's actually pronounced the cheerleader.
No, I'm pretty sure it says die.
Anybody that ever hooked up with a cruiser knows it's pronounced die.
I'm a really good fucking reader, so.
Oh. And clap.
Response from Token Liberal.
That was the joke.
Quote, so when referring to the capo, a correct thing to say is die cheerleader? End quote. John Zadar.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
This is where the Oxford comma helps.
Are we at the end yet? Where's AGS attacks?
Moving the fuck on from user, hey, free sandwich with -1 points. All right, we're negative points, and there's a lot of them.
Oh, God.
I'm impressed that the front office has followed my advice to splash some tam-gam cash on capo and capo accessories. I think the next logical step is to rename the Nordeca, or at least hang a banner in front that says something like Capital City Supporters, or maybe Crew Army. This way, we can ensure that we'll never be outclassed, outchanted, or outsung off the field by Seattle or Portland ever again, with proper supporter practice, of course. End quote.
Just licked Walter.
No, I just...
Just saw
I had
it in
an
my
itch on my
peripheral
nose, but I
vision.
couldn't
I was like,
get-
is he cleaning it like a mother cat?
Eskimo
Yes.
kisses is what that's called.
No, I had an itch on my nose, and I couldn't get rid of it in time to...
I believe you.
Keep going, Greg. This is great.
That's not what happened at all.
I don't believe you, Walter.
It's totally what it looks like.
Welcome to the dumpster of love.
Oh, shit.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Moving on from user CrewGooner88 with a -1 point. Quote, we're 2 games in, we haven't won a game yet. Nordeca is to blame. Everyone is criticizing celebrity fans for not upping the lads enough. This discourse from the internet trolls has reached its boiling point as fans are now going to be mandated to clap and wave flags. Everyone must stay in the section the entire game, minus a 15-minute period at half. If we win in DC, besides scoring more goals than them, what will the main reason for the win be? Hope you all enjoy run-on sentences. Fuck you. I've been cheating in language arts class since 4th grade. P.S. Now that I've told you something personal, I demand you tell the story of cheating in school. Okay, bye. End quote. Greg Benson, when did you cheat in school?
I cheated to win the election for class president one year. Yeah, I somehow managed to stack the ballot box with like 60 votes for myself, and there were like 25 kids in the class. So the teacher kind of figured something was
Oh, they
up.
did figure it out?
Yeah, they did.
So you didn't win?
No. I got detention for a month.
All right.
As you should have, because not only did you cheat, but you were too stupid to do it correctly.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what it was. I graduated later that year.
How did you cheat in school?
I don't think I cheated, actually.
Is there a pussy drop, Greg?
I was good at school.
I wish we had a pussy
I was good
drop.
at the sports that I played. I'm just saying, continuing champion.
Yeah, is that right? Is that what people called you? Yeah. Well, I haven't heard that.
Everybody
in the
knew
streets at
that. Well, you didn't finish high school, so you probably was after your time.
Definitely finished high school. I dropped out of a community college. That's the important part.
Oh,
that's far more embarrassing than dropping out of high school.
Finished or not, you were there like 30 years before me. So
I skipped 40 days of school my senior year, John.
40 days?
40. That's
not
not
a
legally
third of the
allowed.
year?
Yeah.
To the point that by the time you got back,
Aren't you
people
only
were like,
supposed
whose
to be able
fucking
to
kid is this?
Shit, Lord.
Yep, that's a drop I meant to play. My cheating in school
a month
story.
and a half.
I didn't go to school a lot. I skipped 3 entire straight days of school to beat Bop It Extreme. That was very important to me at the time. And
what?
I did. I beat it.
Didn't you just ask if there was a pussy award or something?
How the fuck is beating Bop It Extreme pussy? Did you miss the extreme
You're
part?
just practicing for like the future where you knew you were never going to get to have sex with Pam.
Yeah.
So you were going to need to bop, twist, and pull it.
I don't know how he comes back from that.
That's very good, John. I'll give you the celebration thing. I'll even dance for you.
I've always wanted to do that.
Your fucking microphone for it. I feel like we need a reset.
This is international soccer celebrity Chris Doran, and you're listening to ACES Radio.
And what a
While
rare
I bang
treat it is
Morgan's
to be.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
You're listening to Bop It Radio.
So I was in high school the first couple years of the TI-81 calculator, which was like mandated, but it also was like a thing you could store literally any text in. So if you had any
those
idea,
things were great. We had those too.
Yeah, we played games on ours.
drug war was
Yeah.
a big, Officer Hardass. You got caught by Officer Hardass for slinging cocaine on the subway tracks. Happened a lot to me. Yeah. I smoked cigarettes in the bathroom. I think that's cheating. Is that right, John?
Oh, I did that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't smoke cigarettes, but other things.
I also smoked weed in the bathroom. It's so stupid. Like, why do you fucking do that? Why would you do that as a child? Like, hey, Pete, you know what's a good idea? Let's get out of homeroom and go fucking smoke drugs in the bathroom right next to homeroom.
Yeah.
It's not like it was a wing that was like the arts and crafts wing.
People always did it in our music hall.
In the middle of a classroom.
What?
Is that right?
No, there was like a hallway dedicated to like the music rooms.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it would explain why every single recital at your school just sounded like Steppenwolf.
Yeah, at the very end
That's a
of the
pretty good
hallway,
joke.
there was a short turn, and then
Yeah.
like a door that led outside, and that little like nook is where people would always do it.
I was also in school, in high school, the year after that Columbine happened. And so, like, there was just unbelievable, like, every high school in the area had, like, a rent-a-cop that they hired to, like, fucking be Officer Hardass, you know?
No, maybe we had real police at my school, but I went to Columbus Public. So
Yeah, that's true. That's, no.
we had people bring guns.
That's
to
just
school.
normal day shit.
Yeah.
Upper Arlington hired, like, the oldest man in the world. And they're like, would you like to wear a badge? Would you like to walk around?
That's like a bank guard. Yeah.
His
Like,
name was
you know you're never
Grandpa's this.
stopping a robbery.
His name was Ray Fields, and he literally walked into the bathroom one time and we were smoking cigarettes.
He's like, let me get that.
And he was just like, "What's up, my dudes?" Like, nothing?
Oh,
cool. Bye.
see ya.
That's my story of cheating in school, John. Fantastic. Columbus Public sounds great.
That
though.
was worth all the time it took.
Whose fucking kid is this?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Where are we?
I think we're done, actually.
Now there are 2 left. Okay.
Ugh.
Oh no, AGS Attack is left. I have to expand his comment. It's too downvoted. Quote from Johnny Carcinogen. Easy for me to say with -1. Quote, now that we have a capo, do we have to start kicking up to him? Hashtag Bills Mafia. Hashtag fuck you. Pay me. End quote. Greg Benson, your thoughts?
That's a reference to something kicking up to him.
I think it's no, I think it's from a movie. I think it's from like Goodfellas or something. Fuck you, pay me.
Fuck you, pay me?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know where my kid is. Fuck you, pay me. Whose
kid
fucking
is
kid is
this?
this?
Fuck you, pay
pay
me.
me. Yeah. Moving on. From user myshopify.com. Oh, okay.
Yes, it is from Goodfellas. That's it.
This is going to be good. From user myshopify.com, a Master Report podcast joke reference. Myshopify.com weekly sales newsletter. Capos Are Us. Premium Capo stands on sale. Only $999.99 at the Ohio location, located between the Rest Stop of Love and Sportman Farm. Buy one megaphone, get another at half price. We'll even throw in some Sportman Farm duck butter to help with the chapped lips. The Quizney Store, City Center location. Sale on all raccoon-themed toys in honor of Columbus Crewzer FC, upping the trip to RFK as tribute to Walter being reunited with his family while there.
I think the speaker is dying.
Yeah, it keeps doing that.
Is
You
it?
don't hear that?
I can't hear shit.
It goes from sounding like shit like it normally does to sounding normal like right now.
I thought
Yeah.
Darby was doing interpretive dancing. Yeah.
Like right now, it just sounds no, but
Oh, okay.
We're almost
All right.
done.
Shit. All right.
yeah, we started so late that it's actually
Oh, it's
quarter after
11:15.
11.
They're only
Christ
open
Jesus.
until like midnight. I
Yeah,
think.
my bad. All right, so moving on. ZZ Boots, Wild Man's Leather and Lace, Man Ball holders. These elegant holders are great for when you want to give away man balls but don't have the stamina to
So
hold them yourself.
disorienting.
Do we just skip everything else?
No,
No.
Oh, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Zauber is
This
closing.
doesn't sound like it's very good anyway. Sorry, AGS Attack.
blood points. How many
Moving
is it? How
the
many
fuck
we got?
on. Blood points. Greg, you have 2. I have. You have 3. I have 2, and John has 1.
I have one.
Greg Benson.
All right. First one. Let's get this one right out of the way. Lord of the Shits is absolutely getting one because that's the hardest I've laughed in a long time. From user is getting one because. Well, it's a pretty funny username to begin with, but also a pretty good take. And Jared Ballerina is getting my 3rd one.
Wonderful. My first blood point goes to also Lord of the Shits. Like that guy or girl is literally never going to be stopped. And also hired ballerina.
I, for one, welcome our shit overlords.
Indeed, John Zadar.
Mine goes to Lord of the Shits, of course.
Wonderful.
I really appreciate the Buttle Surfer Wet Boy rap, though.
Yeah, I don't. I think it was
But-
bad. We will skip over score prediction recap from last week in favor of going straight on to
Wait, what?
Well, literally, we have to leave soon.
Okay, well,
Yeah, so, and it takes us like a half an hour to tear the
I
shit
would-
down. Crewzers
you
FC.
got it wrong. You got it wrong. I got it right. I don't believe in God. You know this.
You got it
I
right?
got it right as well. I get 5
Oh,
points.
you predicted a loss too?
You get 5 points. John gets a negative 15 points.
Hey!
Hey, look at acesradio.com/hot deals. Crewzers FC versus DC United. We go first to fucking, what's it called? Weather report?
We don't have time for that.
We ain't got time for the weather report, do we? Yeah,
Well,
fine.
apparently we do.
Play it.
He's got to play in his glockenspiel first.
Really tearing us up, Alex.
Game day forecast, week 3. Columbus Crew SC travel to DC United this week. Saturday evening, 7 p.m.
Regal as fuck.
Temperature at the time of kick, about 50 degrees. Wind out of the northwest at 15 miles an hour. By the time the game's over, 50% chance of rain, 42 degrees with wind chills near freezing. For those of you sticking around town, weather's going to be nearly identical. It's going to be a cold one, potentially wet. Enjoy yourselves, be safe. Spring's right around the corner.
Be safe.
Be safe.
Whose fucking kid is this? Moving on. Thanks, Alex. That was great. People would applaud, but we don't have time for it. Let's go straight to score predictions. DC United, Crewzers FC. Greg Benson, your thoughts?
I'm going with 1-1 in Crew's final ever game at RFK Stadium. It has to be noted.
Way too early to play the last game at RFK Stadium for the season. I'm pissed about it. John Zadara, your score predictions?
I think that one of the only teams that sucks more than us seems to be DC, so I think we finally get a win. I think 2-1.
I agree that they also suck, but it's on the road. And what the fuck are you going to do about it? I have a lot of soccer hot takes about this, John, but we don't have time for it. I want to say 2-1 Crew, but I'm not. I'm going to say 2-2 DC United, Crewzers FC tie in the final game at RFK Stadium. What a rare treat it's been tonight, my friends. I want to thank Jake Norman for stopping by, the Skanklorgist, Julie Stanky herself, Yvonne Seagull, Kyle the Possum, Walter the Raccoon, Erica Kress, Foot Golf, Larry Turd, Kevin Burns, Hang the DJ, Zip6, Graham Randall, and all you other bastards listening on your iPhones via Big Soccer. You've made an excellent choice by listening to ACES Radio. We'll be back next week. Darby Schnarfus is a bastard. Whose fucking kid is this? Go get some cream on Etsy. And all Lord Guillermo's people said... ACES.
Whose fucking kid is this?
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.